we'll see. Well, where are you coming from? Maybe you probably want Khomeini to win. Yeah.
Flipping out though.
Yeah. Good evening, Ben.
General. Good evening.
What is your area?
Wait, before we start, I want to tell you I'm having a man crush
on me.
I just met that's a long-standing relationship. It's not a crush.
Ben, look at how beautiful I
am. Absolutely.
That is, yeah.
Well, you'd be very impressed by this guy. Okay, his name is Manar. Manar? Yeah. Look him up. He's an Arab in Kansas.
Okay.
Now, you'd be very impressed with him physically because as soon as we met, he went on Ava Ruby, those pigs, Ava Ruby, Lola stream. He gets on there. You'd love him. He started doing handstand push-ups. He did like 15 of them. You'd be very impressed. He's quite a specimen.
Probably got to be pretty strong to do them.
Yeah, I was like, wow. And he started like punching the desk and stuff. He's a wild man. I think you'd like him. It'd be interesting. And tomorrow I'm having the beginning of a show. We're going to defeat Keemstar from 6 to 8. He's going to be my co-star, and you're welcome to come. It would really be great.
Ben, what is your thing with this Keemstar? Why do you?
That's a really good question. It's a really good question.
Why are you interested in this man? Don't you feel that you should move on?
Right. Okay. I know that you don't believe in God necessarily, but sometimes things happen in a way that you just you don't understand, but it seems like you're supposed to do something about it.
So God Keemstar. Take on Keemstar. That's sane.
Yeah, I do think so. Yeah, I do think that is true. I don't know why. I don't particularly like the guy. I don't find his content very interesting, but I do think I am sort of like I'm supposed to do something on behalf of the Lord to, kind of.
Is that what you believe? Then do you actually believe that?
I mean, not in the sense that God told me, but in the sense, like sometimes you fall in love with a particular woman, right? And it's just weird. Like say for example with Grace's mother, like what the fuck, right? Like why go through all this crap with this lunatic? And
well, Ben, that's all. Yeah, but was it Ben tonight? Like I said, was it the interest of? Are you a Khomeini supporter, Ben? You seem to be pro-Islam, pro-Khomeini, pro-IRGC, pro-Hamas, which Iran funds, so we can get into.
They do fund them, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, yes, they fund them all. They're the largest funders, and
yeah, sure.
Would you like to see a world under Khomeini, Ben?
Well, here's an interesting. I just like to pose an interesting question. Israel has nukes, right?
Yes.
They are not a member of the non-proliferation treaty because they secretly developed them.
That's right.
Right. And they've never admitted they have them.
Yeah.
They don't allow the IAEA in to inspect anything.
Yes.
And yet Iran is not allowed to.
Well, but Iran really wants to use them, though. Israel has no interest of nuking anybody.
Oh, you don't think the Israelis would nuke a country for their exit if they felt like they had to?
Oh yeah, they may have to nuke Iran if it goes, if it starts going south. That's a possibility. So
okay, so it's actually the same, right? So it's the same.
Yeah, but you got to understand though too, Iran is the funders of Hamas, Hezbollah.
Here's what I'm saying: if Khomeini was a Zionist Jew, you would. It's just a matter of what team you're on.
No, because
you would love the guy. You would love him. You would love all that stuff.
But they're coming from a standpoint since 1979 that their aim, and they've gotten to that, is to destroy the West and destroy Israel. That's what they chant. They believe their chant. They have an apocalyptic Shia worldview. It's not just politics. See, Israel is basically, I mean, there's religious Jews in Israel, but it's a secular government for the most part.
I think that Zionism is a kind of political.
Israel's had nuclear weapons since the early 1960s. So yeah. Israel doesn't need to say, we want to take over the West, death to America, or death to this country, or death. No, it's always the Arabs since 1948 saying we're going to throw the Jews in the sea. We're going to kill all the Jews. Arab.
So most recently, would you admit that the Israelis attacked Iran? Not vice versa.
Well, no, I mean, first, because you got to see who funded Hamas. It's Iran. So even who gave
Okay, but wait a second. But we fund Israel, so that doesn't mean America is at war with Gaza, right? It's different. We fund Ukraine, but like,
well, no, I mean, there's no American.
If Putin attacked the United States because he said like, well, you fund the Ukraine. That's not really the same thing. We do fund Ukraine.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Iran has already nuclear power, and they're the third largest in the world. The only reason to enrich uranium, which they're doing for the last 20 years with their plants, is to destroy Israel first, and they will use it.
No, it's to act as a deterrent, right?
No. They don't believe in deterrents. They want the Jewish state eliminated. They say this and they mean it, and they put it on.
That's just a way of saying they see.
Well, I know you think that. I know you think it's a Zionist conspiracy.
Why wouldn't they see Israel as their enemy? Why wouldn't they see Israel as their enemy?
Well,
Israel is their enemy.
Well, that's fine, but Islam's going to go away. Or I shouldn't say Islam, but Iran. The Ayatollahs, with or without the United States' intervention, if they come in there with B-2 bombers, that's going to be up to Trump and his decision. But one way or the other, Israel's not going to let them have a nuclear weapon because these maniacs will use them. Their next
goal, maybe Israel is not in control of the entire world.
Well, Israel's in control of their destiny when they have an existential threat like Iran, and they.
No, they're not. They're a small country.
Iran is a small
every country. Other country.
Iran is a small country.
The pros and cons.
You don't seem to know geography too much. Iran is a small country.
Israel is a small country.
Israel is,
but a small country of like 10 million people wants to take on a country that has 100 million people. Hold on a second. Hold on. Don't. Just let me talk, and then you can talk. Take on a country that has 100 million people and says we're not going to allow this, or we're going to this or that.
That's right.
If you're 10 and they're 100, sometimes you're gonna allow this and that because they're way bigger than you.
Okay, well, that has nothing to do with. Listen, Ben, in case you didn't know, Iraq had the same ambitions. Saddam Hussein in 1981 had the
all propaganda and lies.
No, it's not, because because you're a moron. It doesn't make it true. I'm trying to explain something to you, historical facts. It's not propaganda. It's lies. Okay.
Weapons of mass destructions.
No. This is true, and I can bring this up and I can show it to you. Ben, saying everything is lies doesn't make it.
Well, okay. He may have had a nuclear program, right? Every country
was trying to. No, Ben. He was trying to, and again, the Arab world has a fascination. Primarily because of their teachings, what they teach in schools, and also what comes out of the Quran and the Islamic teachings to hate Jews, that they have to be the dominant person no matter what. They don't want Gaza. Hamas doesn't want Gaza. Hamas
wait a minute. You're saying the desire for a country to have nuclear weapons has to do with their religion? Doesn't it have to do with just that it's a very effective deterrent?
Well, no, in case of Iran, they've stated what their reasoning is, and that's to destroy Israel.
No, that's not.
Yes, it is. They say it themselves. They say it's a one-bomb country, and they know it, and that's why they're not going to get a bomb.
Okay.
There was a Holocaust already, Ben, and there's not going to be a nuclear one now, and Israel, thank God, is seeing that doesn't happen.
Well, they're actually careening towards it.
Like it. Well, yeah, but Ben,
let's just say this. If what Israel is doing now gets them nuked by Iran, you'd have to say, well, that wasn't a very good strategy, right?
Well, if they manage to get, if they have enough enriched uranium to make a bomb, but meanwhile, the next side.
It's a very dangerous game to play, isn't it?
Well, anything nuclear is dangerous, but
right. But they're playing a very dangerous game.
Well, that's fine, and to have allowed this Ayatollah regime and. Anybody can look at them and see what you're dealing with by just,
Well, what do you mean allowed it? Didn't the people of Iran vote and choose this regime?
No, they came in 1979 under the Islamic Revolution.
Yeah, but it was popularly supported too.
Yeah, that's why I don't really support the Iranian people too much, because I think there's too much hype on them that they want to overthrow the regime and whatnot.
Okay, but the regime they replaced the Shah, who was a puppet of the West and the United States.
Okay,
so
and How is that? So you
don't like
prefer
it.
so you want an Islamic? No, excuse me, Ben. You would rather see an Islamic theocracy over a secular run by a more of a dictatorial shaped Shah.
Okay, but that's what Saddam Hussein was, and the Israelis insisted that we throw our boys by the hundreds of thousands to war, which just made it now. Just made it a hotbed of Islamicism. So you got to have it one way or the other.
No, Ben.
You want to replace an Islamic regime with a secular regime, or a secular regime, and then it becomes an Islamic regime, because those are your two choices. I know that you want Bibi Netanyahu to be in charge of the entire world, but I don't.
Well, I would like him
never
to be
will be
in charge of Israel, and he's
I don't
really
want him in charge of this country. I don't want him in charge of this country.
Well, Ben, he's taking care
of Israel.
He is
in charge of this country.
No, Benjamin Netanyahu's not in charge of the United States.
Yeah, he is.
I know that's what a lot of you conspiracy nut jobs like yourself, Ben, think. He's not.
Well, he came to the United States.
Okay, so Ben
didn't ask. He came to the halls of Congress. Did not ask permission of the head of state, and everyone stood up and cheered, right, left, and center for him. So that shows you who's in charge, and he did that to show who's in charge of this country in terms of foreign policy.
Do you think Benjamin Netanyahu controls 350 million Americans?
Our foreign policy is dictated basically by the Israeli government.
Your foreign policy, Ben, or anybody here, the foreign policy is dictated by
why? Listen,
not Israel's interest, the United States' interest.
What interest? Why would we want to have anything to do with the war with Iran?
Well, I can tell you there's many reasons. There's actually many. We can start with China. Well, first of all, you would weaken China because a lot of the Iranian oil is going there. Now, if you have trade wars and you want to be a dominant player, you always want to weaken your opponent. So
do you know why?
You asked me a question.
Do you know why? Well, hold on. You made a point. Do you know why Iranian oil is going to China? Because we have sanctioned Iran from trading with the West. So
soon, hopefully there will be no Khamenei, and maybe there won't have to be sanctions.
So if we were friendly with Iran,
that's right. Not under this regime, though. So you should hope for a regime fall.
Well, actually, here's the thing: if the United States stopped funding Israel and said they're on their own, live or die, we don't give a fuck, the Iranian government would have no problem with the United States of America.
Okay, well, that is where you're just naive and stupid, because you don't listen, you don't read their theology.
What problem would they have with the United States of America? They would love to trade with us,
because they would
don't love to trade.
Not the Islamic regime. They don't. They want to see the United States wiped out. That is their main goal. That is their
only because we are allies.
Because I know it's the Jews. I know it's always the Jews, Ben. Listen, Ben, you got a big
nothing to do with Jews. Do you know that in all of the Arab countries prior to Zionism,
there were Jews
that lived in peace. There was no Holocaust.
And the state of Israel, they threw
the Arabs have had a long-standing.
They want to live by the fucking. They don't need to live with Arabs anymore, or Christians.
When someone is sure, when someone is sure of their points, they don't have to talk over the other person.
I'm sure
when they're insecure and they're losing, they have to talk over the other person.
No, there's not a losing, Ben. There's always
I'm saying that's the principle.
You don't like the Jews, Ben, because I don't know, maybe because they're successful people. No, you don't, Ben. You're a virulent anti-Semite, and that's fine. And I'll call you.
No, I'm not saying
you are. You are. That's
fine. Some of my absolute favorite people.
I know. It's like when we say
Israel and Palestine.
I know.
Are Jews like Norman Finkelstein? A whole bunch.
Norman Finkelstein is
a whole bunch of Jews are some of the greatest.
He's a rabid leftist.
He's a leftist, but
that's who you like, Ben. No, you like the self-hating Jews.
Yeah, I'm a leftist. I love leftists, people who are leftists and oppose Zionism. Yes.
But see, Ben, you think Zionism for some reason is Theodor Herzl, and I'm trying to explain to you that Zionism is not.
Let me ask you this. I'm just curious. Now, you in Las Vegas, you have no connection to the IDF. It doesn't matter what you say, where you stand on it, right? You're not a politician.
It's a conversation people have.
Let me set it up. As a Jewish American, you're free. And there's really very little consequence. It's not like you go to temple on Friday, right? Or you have kids that go to Jewish. You're not going to be ostracized in any way from Jewishness, right? There's no. You could say whatever you want. You're free to. Why wouldn't you just?
Okay.
Why wouldn't you just? This is my question to you. So, since that's true, why wouldn't you just simply say, instead of all this yelling and screaming, why wouldn't you say? Why wouldn't you just say what's obvious common sense, that the land of Palestine or whatever, from the river to the sea, all those people should all have equal rights and to vote equally.
They were.
Wouldn't that be easy to?
First of all, Ben, in case you don't know it, there's Arabs in the Israeli Knesset. Do you know that?
Yes, I know. And you said you would kill them.
I would throw them out. No, I wouldn't allow Arabs. I personally would. I wouldn't allow Arabs into Knesset.
You don't have to say those things.
No, Ben, you don't understand this. Ben.
Mental pollution in your brain.
Okay, Ben, you're the one that says.
But you didn't answer my question. Why wouldn't you just say the obvious thing?
What?
Is that from the river to the sea, all of these people should live in one state.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
With equal rights, and it's not really hard. It's not very hard.
Ben, Israel has
Jews
tried all
and
that.
Palestinians,
that's right.
Arabs and Ashkenazi all have equal rights.
I understand
and vote for their interests and work it out like everyone else.
And that's not the reality, and that's not how the Arab world works.
That's not the reality. But why? It doesn't. You're not going to change the reality. Why wouldn't you say that would be ideal?
I know.
You agree that would be ideal.
I know for Israel to function as an autonomous Jewish state, that they need to clear out Gaza, clear out that dense nest of vipers. You know what they did with all their funding, billions and tens of billions of dollars that come from the United States, Qatar, and everywhere else? They built fucking tunnels. They got tunnels so deep in Gaza to kill Jews. No, see, then you don't.
Tunnels don't kill Jews.
Yeah,
you think tunnels kill Jews?
Yeah, the
tunnels protect from.
Okay, Ben, you're a moron. Ben,
it's called defense. Why don't they have a right to defend themselves from Israeli airstrikes? Why don't they have a right to defend themselves from Israeli airstrikes? Why do you have to talk over me? I'm asking you a question. Why don't they have a right?
I answered your questions. Now, here's one for you. 1948, the Arab world.
I haven't answered my question. Talk over.
In 1967, Nasser and the Arab world declared war on Israel, and Israel preempted them and won the Six-Day War. In 1973, Israel was attacked on Yom Kippur, unannounced, and they tried to clear out all the Jews again. So this is, like I said, it's an irreparable problem. And the Arabs,
it's an irreparable problem. That's not a word.
Well, whatever it is, but Ben, because you think you're a master of wording, I'm much smarter. Ben.
Not wording, vocabulary.
Yeah, but Ben, Ben, your predicament is you're in an RV with a clogged shitter with your daughter.
That's not my predicament. That's not my problem. That's my solution. I love it.
Well, that's good. You can.
I'm looking forward to you getting that. Can I tell you something interesting? Subject for a moment to make it a little bit lighter.
Out of Judea and Samaria. That way, the Jewish people can be done with this nest of vipers that wants to.
I agree. You have to eliminate all of it.
That's right. That's right.
I understand. There's two choices. As a person who's interested, which you don't have to be as a Jewish American. You don't have to actually take a stand one way or another. There's the solution of Zionism, which I think you agreed basically is that you've got to wipe every one of these people out of that territory, which is now 7 million people. You basically have to see them all as your enemy and destroy them or enslave them. Or you could do what every other country in the world basically does and say, we've got to get along.
Ben, yeah, I know everybody. You live in fantasy land, Ben. Why
for you to say that would make you much more appealing. I think your porno career would do better if you said, you know what?
Rambling, Ben. I think you're the one that rambles.
I think from the river to the sea, Palestinians should fuck Jews. Jews should fuck Palestinians. And do pornos together. They should make beautiful mixed babies. They wouldn't even be mixed, really. Beautiful babies. Why not?
Over talk me, I think, Ben, is the problem. And here's the real deal, Ben. Ask yourself, if the Gazans were so great, these Arabs were so wonderful, why doesn't Egypt open their border to their brethren? You know, why doesn't Jordan?
But you can only ask one question.
Why doesn't Jordan open their border to their brethren, especially Egypt, which has plenty of room?
I can answer that. Yeah. Because they do not want to facilitate ethnic cleansing. And why should they?
They don't want to facilitate. How are they ethnically cleansed if they're living in Egypt?
You're ethnically cleansing a people from where they live.
Their land.
To a
That's
foreign
their
country.
land. They want to kill Jews. They killed 1,200 Jews. We're not living there. Those Jews of Israel are not going to live next to those roaches.
Well, by the same logic,
You're leaving, Ben.
wait.
The Arabs, you have lost your war. I know you want to kill Jews.
We're not going to be able to talk. If you're just going to talk over me, what all the Zionism. This is the Zionist brain. It talks over everything.
No, the Zionist brain is that the Jews don't.
You don't need to be a Zionist.
Well, it's my standpoint, and that's as we can see it because I can see from the university.
But it's a mental illness. Zionitis. You have Zionitis.
Maybe one day Jews
and it causes you to talk over me.
To Israel, and that's a possibility.
Instead of being polite, you have Zionitis.
Maybe that's
it causes your brain to say, "I have to talk over the Arab world instead of being a man and letting them talk."
The Arab world is the furthest thing from polite, Ben. And you can't see that. I'm not going to help you make that see that. You think everything is
you can talk. I can talk. All right.
You think
you can.
But you think everything? You think everything is propaganda. I can show you. Syria was building. Assad was building a nuclear reactor from North Korea. If
I was in Iran, I would build if I was in a country anywhere near Israel, I would be absolutely developing a nuclear weapon.
Okay, well, you could try. You're going to lose. I mean, Iran has tried to do that and trying to kill the Jews.
Well, we'll see.
It was always wonderful. Such a wonderful thing, especially under Christian Europe. That was.
Let me try to. I'm going to try to liberate you. You wanted to liberate me with your sexual liberation, right? You said I need to get laid, and I have appreciated that.
But you just call it. Nobody can liberate you, Ben.
You call it being life affirming. And in many ways, I do agree with your view, although I think you may have it wrong. But I do think being anti-sexual is terrible, and I have really appreciated.
And can you get an erection?
Now, yes, I can. Especially now, I almost
can you prove that on Discord? Because I am ready to do a live. Yeah, because I don't think you can get an erection. I am ready to do right now a live Discord cockmogger. Because I think I got a bigger dick than you. I think it's definitely larger, and I think I can get erect and you can't. So I'll just put a mog on you. Shabatoni will clip it. Shabatoni clip it.
I'm 6'8", you're 5'8".
Yeah, my dick is bigger than yours.
And Jews are known to have small dicks, right?
Really? That's a new one.
You never heard that?
Nope.
Do you know that in the Bible, one of the verses when the women, you know how they leave Egypt? There's literally a verse that the Jewish women say, we want to go back to the men with the big dicks in Egypt. The Egyptians.
Show me the verse.
It's true. Look it up, Grace. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. It's weird. Really weird.
Show me the
verse. There's
a
reference to.
Show me the. See, Ben, I think you have a. I think you're. I don't know.
Well known. It may not be true, but it is well known that.
And do you know your top, all the top porn stars, Ben, are mostly Jewish. They all have big schlongs.
That's true. It may be a myth, but I've known a lot of Jews
who really doesn't have
very insecure about the size of their penises.
The Jews have big schlongs. Know who have a lot of them have big small penises? Black guys. The BBC is the myth. That's the myth.
Yeah. Well, from what I've heard about that,
the real true BBC is the Jewish schlong. We have 8-inch pluses.
That could be true. That could be true. Harry Sontag says he has a big one.
We pack heat.
That could be true, but a lot of Jewish men are very insecure about their penis size.
I'm not insecure about it. I'm trying to show it off.
I know. I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying, if that stereotype is true, and the fact that I'm 6'8" or 5, would kind of tend to argue.
Okay, that's fine, but here's your opportunity, Ben, to really put this Jewish manlet with his small dick into his place. So what I'm recommending, Ben, and I'm sure everybody, Shabatoni would love this. I'm willing to do it. Monty would clip it. Joshua, good evening.
You found it.
Ready?
Verse. Ready?
Okay. Well, yeah. Where is it from, Grace? I don't know where you're referring
Ezekiel.
to.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel is
not Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again and again, a holy Baal was unfaithful to me. And then she remembered the love affair she had as a young girl in Egypt. She remembered her lover with the penis like a donkey and the flood of semen like a horse.
Penis in Ezekiel?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know Ezekiel like that, so I wouldn't know.
Well, she got some BBC back in the old country. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe
could have been just an exception.
Women are very promiscuous. They're very sexual women. They're very horny too. Jewish women are.
Now, what I've heard about the black thing is that they both have.
What is with these women with this BBC too going on? Because I don't understand. I see this a lot on like FetLife and its swing clubs. And I said, well, what are they talking about BBC? Because there's black guys out there with huge schlongs, but saying, what is it? That black men have big dicks and everybody has a small dick? I mean, I don't understand.
No. I think the truth of that is that the variation is wider with black men. You know what I mean? Like, so there's more with very big and more with very small, whereas
it could be. I mean, my dick size, Ben, but you say I'm 5'8", which is true. Yeah, but I'm ready to go on and.
I'm just saying, if we were to put our fingers up against each other, for example, mine would be bigger than yours, likely.
Well, I would hope so, Ben. You're a foot taller.
Well, right. So, but then we would do like.
So technically, though, your penis should be bigger than mine, but it's not.
You don't think? You don't any correlation between the size of a man?
No. How would that be? How is that true then, Ben? Because if I'm 5'8" and I have an 8-inch prick, how is that true then?
Well, there are variations.
That's not true. I think guys are 5'4" with 9-inch schlongs.
Well, I mean, not everything is
not true, Ben. That's not true. It's you coping.
You might have a bigger nose than me.
Yeah. Well, I have.
But likely,
I'm gorgeous, man.
Likely, I'm going to have a larger nose than you. But there are exceptions.
But I'm gorgeous, Ben. I'm gorgeous. I have a big package. I fuck good. I smell good. I look good. I'm a hot package. Now, Ben, this is what I'm mentioning because you say you're 6'8", and the assumption is that a 6'8" guy should have a horse schlong and
no, slightly. All things being equal, probably on average.
Let's have the war of Zionism tonight, Ben. The war of Zionism is going to take. We're going to have our nuclear cock race tonight. Now, Ben, I am challenging you.
As a man with children, I'm not going to take a picture of my erection.
No, we're going to go
have it next to another
guy. We're going into direction. No, Ben, you're getting out. See, I'm embarrassed you, Ben, because you're looking to get out of this. No, what I'm challenging you to, Ben, is not only a picture, but live, where we're live on camera in front of your whole Discord or wherever it's going to be, and we put on who can get erect and hard. Who can really get it up?
So I'm going to be taking my dick out with another man who's taking his dick out in public and trying to get an erection.
Oh, yes. Well, I guess I guess the internet is. But it's just to prove that I'm giving you. You should mog me, Ben. You should prove that the Zionists have lost, that I'm dick mogging you. Let's go, Ben. Chabatoni is ready. He's ready to do it.
But
Chabatoni, let's go.
I know that you're very liberal when it comes to homosexuality.
Not really? No, I mean,
I'm homophobic.
I'm not homophobic though, Ben. Listen, Ben, you can watch whatever scene or picture you want to look at to get your dick hard. Okay, it could be
my dick would never get hard.
You don't have to look at me, Ben. You don't have to look at me. You can look at whatever you want, but it's in real time. You got
in that situation
like this. Be able to screen here, screen there. And we see who can do it, Ben. I mean, it's a man off. I'm ready.
It's a gay off.
No, it's not. I'm mogging your dick is what I'm talking
about. If you get erect in that situation, you would be gay.
Ben, I'm ready to do it.
I'll concede you that one.
Women rating.
I will never be able to get erect in a situation.
Why not? You're a man, Ben. You should be able to, if there's women in there, you should be able to say, I'm going to show you my manhood to Ricky. I'm going to show her my manhood or whatnot.
No. I mean, I would show my manhood to someone who I was having sex with privately.
I'm ready to go, Ben. Look.
I'm sure you are.
I mean, Ben, I'm ready to go. I'm single and I'm ready to mingle. Right here.
Yes.
All ready to go.
I have no problem with that.
I ask you tonight, why isn't Ben accepting the challenge, Chabatoni? I'm ready to go. What? Ben, you're afraid because there's another dude? Who cares if there's other people in there?
But don't you think what you did there, let's say I was actually lying here next to you and you take your pants off and you put your dick close to my face, like I'm ready.
I'm not saying to do that, Ben. I'm not saying to do that, Ben.
I'm homophobic. I'm
not in your. My dick is not on your head, Ben.
No, it's not. But like, it seems weird to display your penis to another man.
The battle of Zionism, anti-Zionism.
No.
How do we fight the anti-Zionist, which you are, and the pro-Zionist side?
I am an anti-Zionist. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And the pro-Zionist, which is me. I put it to you, Ben. We can do this by a cock off, a mog off, a dick off. I'm ready to go. Joe Shabatoni wants this more than anything.
So are you saying that if I am able to achieve an erection in a competition with you on Discord publicly,
or wherever,
then my dick is bigger than your dick,
then you would win if you got a bigger.
Then Zionism has been disproven? That sounds about right.
I would give you more credit. Yes.
And what about this? Would we then also masturbate to the point where we ejaculate and see whose load goes further?
I'll ejaculate because I shoot large loads, Ben. I shoot loads like Peter North.
Okay, right. So that could be part of the competition also?
No, that don't have to be.
But that would...
I'm willing to do it. I'm ready to go that extra step, though, Edward.
Yeah, okay. So then would it be based on the volume of semen or how far it shoots or what?
Well, I shoot like a geyser, especially if I got on some gonellarelin. So it's not the problem. So Ben, are you ready?
You're using you're using supplements?
Well, no, I'm not now. Okay. I mean, if I had it, it would be back to normal. Because when you take tests, your natural test isn't online.
Okay, but you could see how, and I'm not being anti-Zionist when I say this. I think this I don't think has that much to do with Zionism, but you could see how, as a lot of men would say, that would seem very gay.
I don't see why that would seem gay. I mean, I'm
okay, but if we take the internet out of it and we say like we're meeting up in a room with a ton of people watching us, we're gonna take our penises out, try to get an erection.
How about I got an idea, Ben. I got an idea.
And then measure how far we ejaculated, and then measure the volume of semen we ejaculated.
Well, I didn't say that, Ben. I didn't say you had to do that.
Well, I mean that's sort of like the deluxe version of it.
Chats.
That's about as gay as it gets, dude.
Let's raise some super chats and let's see if people and if it reaches a.
And I don't really know how that would have much to do with Zionism.
We'll split the supers.
But if that would bring peace to the Middle East, I honestly would do that.
Okay, well, I
don't see the connection how that's going to bring peace to the Middle East.
Joshua is willing to donate a $100 super chat to the winner. Listen,
and we're going to have rulers. We're going to have rulers to measure our erection?
Well, you're going to have to show your dick to the audience.
But how would we show whose is bigger? Because wouldn't it be?
They could see it, Ben. I mean, they're not.
Well, wouldn't it have to be based on an objective? Like I could bring it real close and make it seem bigger, right, or further away.
Well, you just have to. A regular camera shot would probably do.
But for
100,
would it, because I'm much taller than you? Wouldn't it, if it seems proportionate?
Yeah,
would that throw it off? Because you and I are not the same size.
Oh, not the dick. I mean, Ben. I mean, listen. You want to raise some?
I could have a disproportionately small penis for me and still have a bigger dick than you if yours was proportionate.
No, but no, not proportional. We're talking about inches here, pal. Right? Inches.
So we need rulers.
Do you have? How big is your cock, Ben? How many inches?
Rulers as well.
Well, if you need a ruler, but how is you don't know how big your dick is, Ben? Never measured it.
I don't measure my penis. No.
You can't take a guesstimate of how big it is.
Nope.
Why not? Well, tonight we're going to learn.
I never had any reason to. I put it inside of
the super chats are already coming.
Ejaculate.
Dick.
I can give you a little. I can give you a little bit of
$10 towards me. Thank you, Edward.
Anecdotal evidence.
Let's do it, Ben.
The
crowd wants to see it, Ben. Aren't you an entertainer, Ben?
Every woman that I've been in has said, "Ow, that's too far."
Okay, well, tonight we'll see, Ben.
If when I go balls deep, like, ow.
Okay, well,
what that means.
Well, that's fine. Tonight will be where the rubber meets the road, Ben. Let's do it. Are you ready?
Well, my problem is not my anti-Zionism, but my homophobia, because that seems
you're not touching
gay.
guy here,
That-
Ben. You're not touching
Like-
any guy. You're not in the room with any guy. There's no penis on your head. Okay, there's no penis
I
penetrating
understand that, but it's
you. There's just
mean,
men. But I
do
think
you
it's
not think the internet
I think it's a
gay
war of
sex-
masculinity. How about a war of masculinity, Ben?
That's a war of masculinity. It seems
Absolutely.
It's
Oh yeah, Ben.
a
See,
war
that's
of
not the most
homosexuality.
important thing. No, but no. It's
I
really.
would
If you
easily
want to talk
see
about
your
women, Ben.
triumph in that.
Okay, but Ben, you like to talk about women and and this and that and the other
I
thing.
like to, yeah.
I bet on Ricky is betting $5. She said she bet on me. Ben is trying to weasel out of it. He's ducking because he knows he's small. She says, Ben. And now, Ben,
What we'd have to do in order to make it non-homophobic is we'd have to have
It's
a
not
woman
gay,
we
Ben.
both fell in love with.
There. Well, I don't listen.
Wait a second. I got it.
No. Bring
There's
Grace
one
there,
person
too.
that I've had
Hey,
sex with
Grace,
that I would love
Grace.
for you to have sex with.
Good.
I think it would really help her to move on from some of her.
No, I'm not having sex with Courtney, please.
Yeah, so that's actually
No,
the
no,
only
no,
non-homophobic way we can
Let's
arbitrate.
leave the past alone, Ben. Ben,
Non-homosexual.
Ben, you want to make some super chats tonight? You gotta know how to work an audience, Ben.
Well, that would be so. I'm not weaseling out of it. I'm just saying, like,
Well, it is or it isn't, Ben. I mean, I'm not ashamed of
from that activity with you on
you know
whatever
who loved
level,
my cock, Ben? You know who
and
loved
declare, who's dick bigger. That's fine.
well, Ben, do you know who absolutely marveled at my anaconda?
I hope it
Starlight.
wasn't a guy.
Starlight. She loves it. She loves it. She loves it. Can't get enough of it.
In what sense did she marvel at it?
She just loves it. She just can't get enough of it.
She's.
It says Callum has donated $5, but he says Ben thinks the Iranian Revolutionary Guard can defeat the IDF. I suppose that's about right for the man who thought he could beat Courtney. Suffer, Ben. Suffer. There's $10 from Edward. See, now it's racking up. Thank you, Edward. So Edward is coming with $10 dono. Another $10 for General's Big for smelling balls.
Edward's funny.
Yeah. So Ben,
is that how you would characterize the smell of your balls?
As a forest? Well, it's nice.
Forest?
I wash my balls, but you don't wash your balls.
Mossy?
So I don't know what you're smelling like. I use Roberto Cavalier on my balls. Yeah.
I do the natural thing mostly.
Natural is right, Ben.
I think balls.
Ben, come on. Ben, you want to
controversial.
make some super? I bet, Ben, right now in your chat, you would have people that would donate, at least $100 to you to even get onto the Discord.
This may be a controversial take, but I think balls should smell like balls, not Robert Cavalier.
Balls, Ben. Would you like to? I think you'd like to.
My balls smell like a dude named Copper.
It's okay if you're gay,
They'll
Ben.
find that to be like a little bit gay.
Well, I'm a little bit gay, Ben, because I've been with trans women, so I guess you could say that's gay.
I'm not.
I admit that.
I'm glad you're embracing your sexuality. I
just like what I like. I don't find myself. I love women, but I get
in a way that's normal.
Lesbian. Ben, stop being a cock and do the cock measuring contest. I guess that's what she's referring to.
I'm just, I'm a.
Ben, aren't you about content? You're a streamer, right? You and Grace stream, right? You like controversial topics. You like drama topics. This is drama, baby.
Well, I mean, I think it's.
Let me teach you the Zionist way, Ben. The Zionist way is that this is content. This is what
our
people want to see.
conversation about Zionism, in which I
warned
you
about Israel
on behalf of the entire Jewish people.
Thank you for that.
About a second Holocaust.
I
understand. On yourself.
The Jewish, they'll take it up
the third rail edgy material.
Ben, but
taking out my dick.
Yeah, that is edgy. No, see that, Ben, you're getting good. Ben, if we do this, I could also put it on Pornhub.
All types of things we put on Pornhub.
The content with you. I mean, Pornhub right now.
It would be edgy content to fly to Las Vegas and have anal sex with you. I mean, that's true. And you could put it on Pornhub.
Ben,
why is homophobic?
Yeah, but Ben, you keep saying that, Ben. Ben, no, there is no Ben. I am not looking to mount you, okay, and have ass sex with you, okay. I'm just saying. See, like we have here.
About sex.
Ben, there's a screen here, right, and there's a screen there. You have your own way, your own picture, whatever arouses you to get off on, and I have mine. And we'll start this up in 20, 30 minutes. If you need a little 20 minutes to prep yourself, fluff yourself, whatnot, you're welcome.
Well, but what I'm saying is I couldn't compete.
I don't need any prep.
know that I would not. I know that I would not be able to get an erection because I'm homophobic.
But you're not looking at me, Ben. You're looking at a picture or whatever you like to look at.
Right, I understand that, but like I'm also on screen with another naked dude with his dick in his hands and a bunch of people watching us.
That's right, Ben.
That doesn't seem sexy.
Ben. That's called being an entertainment. It's entertainment, Ben. And I thought you were Hollywood Ben. It's not.
That's more like, that's not really what Hollywood does. Take two guys and have.
Come on, Ben. They do it all the
hands.
time.
That's more. I mean, I guess that's more Vegas, to be honest. Like,
Ben, why don't you have a friendly competition?
That's
it will
more
be all over
private
the
now.
internet. Let them. Shabatoni will clip
More
it.
San Francisco.
I know they can't show that on YouTube, but they can do their things, and and everybody's in a win-win. They get entertainment. They're having fun. We're getting fun and having.
But I'm saying, I don't think you understand. You're saying I'm not willing to do this. I'm saying I'm not able to do this. So I will concede. Let's say I will not be able to.
How about this? I got an idea, man. I got an idea. Since you're not able, how about we go one at a time? Then I go first. No you, no screen. It's just me. Then after I achieve,
I've already seen you do that. Remember, you sent me a picture of yourself jacking off. A video.
A blast off. No, it will be here though. It'll be in the Discord so everybody can watch it. And then after I am done, you will proceed to go on screen, enter stage left, and then you can have your thing. You understand? See, isn't that better?
Well, but I can tell you, I've had a lot of experience of females, and one dude who sent me pictures of a female who asked for a dick pic, and it's been those pictures have been widely circulated, and I was not able to achieve an erection, even thinking I was doing it privately, because it just seemed weird to me. So,
Ben, let me tell you something about
that guy.
An art of masculinity is able to achieve an erection right there. Okay, it's a talent. See, I have a talent, and that's why I'm good at porn, because I can.
Well, can I ask you something? You know how in prison there are guys who have gay butt sex, but they're not gay, as a way of kind of enforcing like dominance over other males.
But what does that have to do with it?
Do you see that as masculine or gay?
I think I think human sexuality, there's a lot of ambiguities in it. Most people would think a guy like me wouldn't touch a trans woman or go with that. So I think there's a lot of guys that do it. I've seen it too. And they're afraid they're afraid of being called gay or having their friends find out. And I just don't care about any of that.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. There are a lot more people who are in your space, let's say sexually, than
just not here, Ben. It's all over. There's a lot of guys that are into trans women and
like I think Andrew Wilson
sexuality are into it.
A lot of conservative guys like Lalo. I mean, I think Lalo would go full gay if he kind of really just opened himself up to it.
I'll take in callers if you would get on camera. Listen, well, no, get on camera. Here, this is what I'm trying to do here, okay? Now, I don't know why Ben has a problem with it, because I would say
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just incapable. I'm just saying.
Why are you incapable?
I'm homophobic.
Erection? No, I won't be
in the context of having sex with a beautiful woman who I want to have children with. I don't think I would have a problem. But
if three beautiful
other contexts, especially with dude,
it's the same thing, Ben. It's your mindset. Ben, if you had three.
Chat. Manar is in chat.
Oh, is he?
Let's go.
You got to meet my man. Now, I will say I have borderline homosexual feelings about this young man. Manar, great guy.
I'll ask him. I'll ask this guy. What I'm trying to do
he'll like it. Yeah.
Send
him the link. He's a great guy.
Manar, what I'm trying to do with Manar is I'm trying to get Ben here because, Ben, this guy says an Arab.
He's an Arab. Yeah, he's from Syria, I think.
Yeah. But anyway, what I'm trying to tell him, because we got to stay on this topic, is that I'm trying to get Ben, because Ben thinks he's the ultimate male. He's gonna.
I don't think that.
Well, in the way you do, Ben. And I'm the ultimate male, and I'm here to prove it.
Okay,
Ben.
but I do think I'm more masculine.
In my pants, I got the charisma. I got everything. I got everything. I'm the full package, Ben.
I would say that I think I'm more masculine than you. Yeah.
So Ben thinks he's more masculine. Okay, Ben. Well, you got to prove it. Then. That's fine, Ben. You're entitled.
Well, I can prove it. You've said you would love. You have had sex with people with penises.
How does that take away from masculinity? Do you know?
I mean, I think that's really evident.
You would have to say that Alexander the Great was.
Well, I'd love to hear Manar's thoughts about it. Come on up, Manar.
Was Alexander the Great
fairly self-evident that if you're
Alexander the Great? Wait,
you're having sex,
Ben, was Alexander the Great not masculine? Was Genghis Khan not masculine?
I think to the extent that they had sex with men, no.
Okay, so your form of masculinity, Ben, which would be incorrect. I'm going to tell you honestly, Ben, because you have a warped sense of masculinity. I could be straight, he could be 100% straight, and it doesn't matter. Masculinity is how you act. It's not about. It's not about. If you're gay or if you've been with trans women, it's not about that.
Well, I think it has something to do with that.
Okay. Well,
typical. In every culture, how do you insult? Manar, what's up?
Yeah. Hey, you're a man, right? You're a man. Come, let's do a push-up contest. Come, you're a man, right? Come.
Yeah.
Push-up contest.
Push-up
contest right now. Hey, get up right now. Get up. Come on, me and you.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
Come on, you're a specimen, right? Come on.
Yeah, well, hold on.
He'll do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to say, how young is this guy for it? Let's set some parameters here.
He's 32, I think.
Okay, I'm almost 50.
Bro, you're a specimen, right? Come. Let's do a push-up contest. Let's see which one of us is better.
Okay.
Come.
All right. What's it for me? How I want to throw the Arabs out?
Bro, hey, listen. If you beat me, I'm gonna donate to you.
Oh, really? How much? How many?
Bro, beat me first. I'll donate to you.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me put on lights here because I gotta set this up.
You won't beat him. There's no way you're going to beat him.
Well, probably if he practices push-ups. I mean,
he's a much younger man than you, so you'd have to.
Right? Hey, Grace, I don't run from anybody. I'll take your father on. Is that how you throw a punch?
If I was going to be gay,
step on your head.
Fired here.
You step on my head.
I step on heads. You know what I do?
You're a typical violent Arab. You're a typical violent Arab.
Hey, exactly. I am a supreme race. I am from the supreme race, the best of the people, the kings, the most masculine. You guys want to talk about masculinity? Yes. Which one of us looks more masculine?
The Arabs are
fucking fat, beer fuck.
I would.
You look like you have love handles, fucking weirdo. Me? What? Are you wearing a thong? What the fuck? Ben Thorp, is this one of your friends? He's wearing a thong.
It's a Speedo.
How old are you, boy?
Come, let's do it. Come.
How old are you, boy?
Come, let's do it. Thorp, you're counting.
This is epic.
Thorp, you're counting, Thorp.
The Lord has provided.
I'm not losing to a guy in a Speedo. Absolutely. I'm not fucking losing to a guy in a Speedo.
This is gonna end the internet. We are gonna win the internet, guys.
Come on. Let's go.
Look at these two guys.
Let's go. That's crazy. I've already done a lot of push-ups too. I'm still gonna have to lose to this guy.
Yes. These guys.
Let's see if he can even do 20. Can you do 20?
He's pretty strong, or he used to be, but I don't think he's been working out much lately, to be honest.
All right, let me bring Ben down a second, and then I'll put it back up.
Yeah, this is entertainment. This is funny.
Let me remove. Hold on. Let me take off the side so you can see it.
Come, guys.
Find where I mark that.
I'm not losing this.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, who's going to count this?
Yeah, we need Ben to count.
I want somebody to chat like Joe or Xanthius. They can count it. Look at you, Starlight. Starlight's in here. I know what you like, baby. Don't get too hot, Starlight. Show you that the young pants have nothing on me.
Oh, you're gonna get eaten.
Okay.
I'm gonna embarrass you.
Okay. Well, are you ready? Let me know if you're
I'm gonna
ready.
embarrass you.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. You got handles. You gotta make it hard. You got handles. I'll make it harder for me.
Come on, bro.
All right. Are you ready? Go.
4. $32. Ah, fuck. All right, I did 32.
Me. I did more than 32.
Bullshit.
No, I didn't. Count ask the check. I did more than 32.
How many did he do? Bullshit.
Hey, bullshit, boy.
38. How many did I do?
Well, let me look here because they were counting.
They're saying 33, you said.
Boy, another win for Zionism.
Bullshit. You did. Hey, he did it exactly how. Let me see from the video.
For Zionism.
Another win.
I think Hormax said
Another win. Jewish supremacy.
He did it in the same place as me.
This boy had underestimated himself.
I'm not looking for
An old war horse.
I don't want to run the battery down. That was a very impressive.
Bullshit. I would do 2 push-ups at the same time he did 1. Bullshit. I was doing 2 push-ups at the same time he would do 1.
I did.
It was close, but I think Hormaxer had you by a few.
I literally do 3 push-ups. He did 1. Look. I don't stop. He's stopping.
Buddy, I just beat you.
He did him slow.
I literally did more push-ups than you. We stopped at the same time, but I did more push-ups than him.
Just like a lying, thieving Arab going back on the world. Yeah.
Bullshit. I did it much more than you.
Maxie,
What do you
who
want?
are these numbnuts over here?
Bullshit.
What are we dealing with over here?
Listen, I'm not looking for you.
Guys,
Again.
look how fast I was.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Look how fast I was compared to him.
Good God, what's on your chest? What is that?
Listen,
Holy
that all you have to say?
Nikes.
is that all you
Yeah,
have?
I'm your manager
both.
and you know it.
All right.
I don't know what I thought he was going to have to
1. He did 1. I did 3 already. He literally did 1. I did 3. Let's continue.
You're very
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already did over 10. 6, 7, 8, 9. He's already struggling. 10, 11, 12, 13,
I defeated Ben, a man 20 years younger than me.
15, 16, 17,
True.
I'm ready
18,
for. Okay, well, he's counting.
19,
I'll bring you
20,
back up.
21.
While he counts his push-ups, I'll bring you back on, Manar. Hold on a second. Ben, now being that he lost, Ben, now is your chance.
Very impressive.
See, Ben, you all underestimate me. You underestimate my physicality.
But I would have to say he's been doing a ton of push-ups.
Good for him.
Handstand push-ups too. So I mean
Those are very good. I mean,
is a factor.
great.
But
You
I
know?
do think he has underestimated you.
Oh, he definitely did. So
Let me see how many did I do.
No Oslo Accord for you.
Let's count mine.
Ain't nothing happening for you, pal. How's you a Assad supporter?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9.
He's still counting the push-ups.
12.
Ben, are we going to get this on tonight?
How many did you count, Hormexer, for yourself?
For me, 38, about 38.
38?
Yeah, when I started, yes.
Okay.
It says Ricky says Baxter rose to the challenge, Ben.
Ricky gave you $5. That's great.
Hey Ben, if I rise right to the challenge, I'm an old man.
And you did.
None of you can take me. Okay, I'm like
but if you had done
knocking out. Okay, I'm like George Foreman winning the heavyweight title.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll knock you out.
But if you hadn't done more push, what would it matter really if one of you did a slightly more push-ups than the other?
So I did 37.
Win for Zionism.
Let me see him.
Win for the Jewish people.
Well,
It's a
I mean, I think both of you triumphed as
It's a Jewish supremacy. Eat your heart out, Morbid.
in
Eat your heart
terms
out.
of strength. Both of you did great.
I did 37. I did.
What's
Hello?
up?
Baby.
Hey.
You did 37.
Hi,
You counted. The general counted 38, so he may have got you by one. But I
And you're
sensed when he said 38, he wasn't quite like gonna put
I
his
did
bottom
38.
dollar on it.
He
I
beat
did-
you, that's for sure. He definitely
Starlight,
beat you.
you're hot, aren't you, baby? You're so hot for me. I'm such a.
Well, here we have a female who can
You-
like help
Ben,
communicate this thing about masculinity.
Ben, do you remember me?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about masculinity?
You had the little Spanish guy with you, right?
I used to, yes. He comes up, yes.
Yeah, he's adorable. Love the guy.
Yeah.
Well, Hormexer says
Man, it's just
Hormexer says
going on
that
the
it's
conversation
more
now.
masculine for the two of us to go on Discord and pull down our pants, take out our penises
Ew.
in front of Discord to see
Yeah.
who can achieve a larger erection.
I
Then-
rose up to the challenge.
Then
I
masturbate until we reach climax
say you had-
and measure
ugh.
whose ejaculation goes further and is of a larger volume. I find that a little gay, pretty gay.
Oh, Maxer wanted to do that?
Well,
Yeah,
we're
less
literally
of a man
exactly
that
alike.
won't rise to the occasion.
Okay, so even if they were exact a match, so I matched you push up for push up.
So yeah, literally, it's 37-37 or 38-38. It was like one
Oh,
like
really?
that exactly.
Come on,
It was fucking unbelievable.
You want to get
What?
involved too? Because I'll embarrass both y'all. Embarrass the Norwegian guy above you.
No,
I'm
ask Ben. I've done
Maxer.
15 handstand push-ups.
Yes,
I was doing push-ups all
That's
day.
true, but you're a much younger man too, so
True.
Yeah,
Let
it's much
more
like
of it up.
the Israel-Palestine situation.
Yeah.
Let
Can
more of it up.
Can I actually have a small discussion with Hormaxer, the king of all whores?
Sure.
Yes. So you call yourself a Zionist, right?
yeah.
So yeah. So what's so here? My understanding of Zionism is
This is not life
extremely.
affirming.
Sorry.
This is not life affirming at all.
Let him
What?
ask the question.
Woman, be quiet.
No. I want to know. Like, isn't Zionism the most sexist, racist, misogynistic movement in the world?
No.
How is it not? Because you guys are Zionists. You want a supreme. You believe you're the supreme race. You believe you deserve your own.
Supremacy, because you Arabs always want to kill Jews. You understand that?
Jesus, I'm leaving. Bye.
Well, hey, let me ask you a question. If the Arabs like the Jews, would you want still a Jewish state?
I still advocate for a Jewish state, but I think
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Arabs
So
live
it
there
has nothing to do with
without
with the Arabs.
Well, yeah, if they didn't have Hamas and whatnot, and then I don't think it would be a problem. But the fact is that the Arab world has declared war on the little state of Israel since 1948. You lose every time, by the way, because you don't know how to fight, obviously.
You said we declared war in 1948. You know, you didn't even have drawn borders in 1948 for us to declare war on.
Statehood was declared.
There was literally not even drawn borders until.
What did the Arab world do, though? What was their?
Look. What happened was you guys got the declaration.
Did the Arabs declare war on Israel in 1948 or not?
Calm down. So what happened was 1948. There was the. I think you're talking about one of the first initial intifadas or something like that. It wasn't a declaration of war. It was what happened was this was actually the reason why UN was created, was to create a partitioning plan. Do you know anything about this?
Yeah.
So to create a partition, because there was so much death and destruction by the Jews to the Brits and to the Arabs of that nation. Do you know about this? The whole United Nation was created for this.
Okay, how about what happened in 1967 then?
So 1967 was the 6-year war, or the 6-day war is what you're talking about. You're
Yeah.
talking about 6-day war. So let me ask you a question. 1948 what was the drawn partition plan in 1948? Do you know?
The exact drawing? No, I don't.
The United Nations drawn partition plan that was given to them when they gave Palestine a mandate of Palestine to the to the Palestinian mandate. The Palestinian mandate was 55% Arab, 45% Jews. Remember that?
Who does the land of Israel belong? Who does the
In
land of Israel
1967, let me finish. In 1967, what was the partitioning of the land at that time? Why was there a war?
Who declared war on the Jews and said they're going to throw them
At
into
that
the sea?
time, the partition had turned into 78%.
Listen.
No, let me finish.
Nasser of Egypt. Why were they preempt? Because Nasser of Egypt and the Arab world wanted to throw the Jews into the sea. And that's
a lazy answer. That's a very lazy
who
answer.
attacked the Jews in 1973 on Yom Kippur? Listen,
No.
you Arabs are full of lies, deceit.
It's not
You're
about
gonna leave
lies.
Israel. Leave the Jewish people alone. You people suck. You are
Manar.
you fuck goats. You want to have
Manar.
a fucking
If your
thing.
mother is a goat, I'd
You
love to
wanna
fuck her.
have a fucking
I'd fuck
thing
goats
in
if
the
it's his
world.
mother.
You want to have a fucking thing in the Middle East if it wasn't for oil. Israel
mother
has
looks
no
like a goat.
oil. Israel has no oil. You fucking I could get
No,
it. You
Israel is a
stand-ins. You
destabilizing
stand-ins.
force in
That's
the
why
Middle
they
East.
call you stand-ins. That's
No,
why
no,
they call
so-
you stand-ins.
So,
Manar.
Maxer, you recognize the strength?
You're going to get another fucking beating.
Bro, Ben, can you control your friend?
You'll get
I
another
cannot control my
beating.
friend. He
I'm
suffers
ready
from
to throw a beating
Zionitis.
on you.
Zionitis is a disease of the brain which
Ridiculous,
causes you to
man.
talk over people.
I'm trying to talk to him
And
like with
spout
respect.
It's all about
propaganda.
British, but it's not. It's the end of the world. It says kill Jews.
He's in
It's
stage
no
4
it
of
says destroy
Zionitis.
the Israel. Destroy Israel. Kill the Jews. Death to America. Death to Israel. Who says it?
But isn't
What is the
doesn't
Quran
Israel
say?
want the death of Iran?
Wait. Hey, what does the Quran say? The land of Israel was given to Moses by God. So you would go against your own Quran.
What? The land of Israel is given by God? Where? Which verse? Please give me. I want to read this verse. Look, he's gonna lie. He's not gonna bring the verse.
Oh, no, Shab, maybe Joe could bring it up. Joe, Shab, and Tony.
No, there's no verse.
Where Allah tells the prophet, supposedly Muhammad, that yes, it's in your Quran.
That the Israel is for the Jews? What the
Yes.
fuck are you talking about, bro? It's not in
You
the
want
Quran.
me to
Don't
prove
worry.
you wrong? Yes, it is in the Quran, and I'll prove it to you right now.
No,
So
Joe,
with
get
that-
the verse for real. Joe, get the verse.
With that, okay.
Oh, Maxer, look, I didn't want to offend you in any way. Just wanted to prove to you, 1967, the reason the Sixth War was happening was because the UN partitioned. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. The UN partitioned for the Jews to have 45% of the land. They gave them some good property, but the Jews had taken over 78% by that time, and that's why the 6-year war has happened. The 6-day war has happened.
No. Manar, let me. Hormaxer is a refreshing Zionist in that he recognizes that the Jews from day one had the intention of taking all of the land from the Mediterranean coast to the Jordan River and either wiping out or ethnically cleansing every Palestinian from that land. At least that's refreshing.
Yeah, usually the new Zionists are stupid. That's why he conceded that. Usually the new Zionists, the older Zionists are smarter. They don't even concede that. He doesn't have plausible deniability. He's stupid. He doesn't know how to make it happen.
Like
Where
that
do you
he
come from?
openly
Wait,
says
be quiet,
that-
Ben.
I'm from the region you would love to take over and call it your own. I am a Syrian from the Syrian government.
I know that's a beautiful regime.
I know one of the most beautiful countries. I know you would love to take it, right? You would love to take more than Julan, right? Wouldn't you love?
Well, Israel already has.
Wouldn't you love all of Syria?
Golan and Mount Hermon, and so you deranged, inbred motherfuckers will stop attack. See, no matter what,
I'm
See,
inbred.
all of you are really you.
I'm
Arabs
inbred. This guy wants a Jewish nation, but I'm the one inbred. Okay.
You have big mouths.
That's a funny joke.
You have big mouths. You lose wars constantly. You want to kill Jews constantly. Those days are over. You're going to lose another war. Iran, the largest country in the Middle East, is going to lose.
Let me ask you a
another
question.
war.
Can you win a war without America's help? Can you do anything without America helping?
Israel didn't have an ounce of American supplies until
Let me ask you a question.
1973.
Can you defeat the sandal-wearing Hamasis without the help of America? Just by itself. Just the sandal-wearing Hamasis. Can you, as the IDF soldiers who's peeing in his pants right now when he sleeps, can you actually defeat the Hamasis?
The IDF pees in their pants. The IDF has dismantled Hamas.
No.
That's why the soldiers cry, talking about how they see in their dreams the Hamasi sandals guys
You're
murdering their friends.
You're another dumb, arrogant, ignorant Arab.
No.
You're going to lose again. Let me inform you something.
How can you beat me?
Wait. Do you believe
without
in the
help
Quran?
of America?
Do you believe in the Quran?
Sure.
Okay.
You found the verse? You found the verse?
I'll help you out.
Let's see the verse, guys.
Okay.
He's reading the Quran?
Do you know that Hormaxer's ancient forefather was Moses Maimonides, one of the great Jewish medieval
bro, are you serious? How can I know that? The guy has a fucking inflatable hot tub in the back of his fucking background. How am I supposed to know?
His last name, you can see
Moses.
What the Quran really says.
We all gave 9 clear signs. Ask the Israelites how Moses first appeared amongst them. Pharaoh said to him, Moses, I can see that you are bewitched. You know full well Moses, replied that none but the Lord of the heavens and the earth have received these visible signs. Pharaoh, you are doomed. It says, we Allah have received the Quran with the truth, and with the truth it has come down. We have sent you, Muhammad, forth only to proclaim good news and to give warning. Pharaoh sought to scare them, the Israelites, out of the land of Israel, but we Allah drowned him. Pharaoh.
What are you looking for?
What's it? It says the Quran.
Yeah, so what you're doing is a parable. It's a historical parable. This is a historical story. That's not Quran. This is because listen.
The Quran recognizes the land of Israel as the heritage of the Jews and explains that before the last judgment, Jews will return to dwell there. Okay, so you just denied your Quran. Okay, great.
Well, no. Even if the Quran, for example, the Quran also says the Jews were the chosen ones. But then he says, "I choose who I want, and I get rid of who I want." So you were one of the chosen ones. You were the chosen. All the prophets were Jewish.
Who else made that claim? Christianity.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Who else did that? Christianity.
My God. Okay. So we believe that. You were one of the. Look. God said you were the chosen one. Does that mean you're also chosen? No. He removed you from being chosen. He also mentioned that you were removed. So just because he mentioned he gives you this land doesn't mean he also didn't remove it later on from your possession in the Quran.
So how's that working for you?
What?
Removing the Jews from their land.
You guys removed yourself. You guys literally did your whole travel, and when you were traveling to the given land, you guys didn't want to even get there. You yourself, Jews, didn't accept to go into the land.
Right now, are there not 8 million Jews?
Look. In the Quran, it says you had to go on a travel trip. You guys went to the trip. Let me finish. You started worshiping cows.
Listen.
What's wrong with this guy, man?
You're
Zionite.
You're two morons, honestly. You lost your push-ups. You lost your push-ups to a Jew, an old Jew, by the way.
Well, now I regret it so bad, Ben.
You died.
You're inferior. I
didn't even lose. Literally equal.
Time for you, Ben.
Which
Ben,
I can't believe.
No. Okay. I'm going to put him backstage for a second. Now, Ben, it's your turn to beat the Jew. So, Ben, let the step up. Obviously, the Arab lost. As they always lose. And that's going to be happening.
Do you hate Arabs?
No, I don't. I only hate Arabs like the ones that believe they have their divine, which they don't, because the Quran says that the land belongs to the Jews and it was given to Moses for the Jews.
You hate Muslims?
I don't like Islam as a religion. I think Islam.
You hate Islam as a religion?
I think Islam in the West should be banned. Yes.
Islam in the West should be banned?
In Western countries, yes.
So what should we do with the Muslims in Western countries?
Islam should not be allowed to practice in the Western country. There should be no mosque in the Western country.
So if they pray together, it should be illegal?
If they have a mosque, yes, I believe mosque should be illegal.
What if a Muslim does his daily prayers and kneels down with a mat? Should he be arrested?
I don't want it here. Because I think when
So you think that the Western world should also be ethnically cleansed of Muslims?
I think a lot of people would like. They just want Islam.
If we're going to get rid of them,
they want to be a Christian in the West. They could be a Christian.
If they want to be a Jew or Hindu, kill them or send them somewhere. And if so,
if they want to practice Islam, they should go back to Saudi Arabia or one of the 23 other.
So we should ethnically cleanse the entire Western world of all Muslims.
That's not ethnic
send them to Saudi Arabia?
Well, ideally, I mean, it's not going to happen, but if I had my ideal, Islam would not be practiced here. Ethnic cleansing would regard killing them for practicing Islam. And I'm not advocating for that.
Saying no, ethnic cleansing doesn't necessarily mean killing. It means getting rid of. So you're saying we should deport all Muslims in the entire Western world?
Yes.
What about in a place like Albania, where there's tons of Muslims and have been for centuries?
Over there, I'm focusing primarily here in the United States.
In the United States, we should round up all Muslims and put them on planes to where? Saudi Arabia.
Donald Trump was doing somewhat of that because eventually, when they get another 9/11, you're going to realize how virulent Islam really is. And once they
know why 9/11 occurred? Osama bin Laden said why 9/11 occurred.
Osama bin Laden was a devout Muslim.
Well, he was a Muslim, certainly, but you know why he wrote a letter stating why.
There's a difference.
It had nothing to do with Islam per se. It had to do.
Yeah, I know. There's
American meddling.
I know America's meddling. I know. No. Listen, Thomas Jefferson had to fight Muslims himself, so don't get me with the meddling part. Ben, listen, you support Islam, you can support it. I don't, okay? That's just a fact. Now, people that are freedom loving,
I'm not Muslim. You know that.
But you would support them. You would support them and be happy, especially if they were able to kill Jews.
I love Muslim people as well as Jews.
Yeah, well, I don't want anything to do with.
You don't like them.
I want nothing to do with. I want nothing to do with Arabic culture connected with Islam. That is correct, because I know how dangerous it is.
If you could just imagine, not engaging in Zionitis for a minute, you could say, I think all people in the world, wherever they are, can practice their religion and make their case.
Ben, we're on the case. Ben, I'm not going to let you slip it. I'm not going to let you slip, Ben. After I defeated the Arab nation here in the Pushup contest,
bigger.
Yeah, and now it's time, Ben, to defeat you. Now, Ben, this is your time to shine. If he wants to get on the axis, I'll Dick Mog the Arab too. And then he'll lose to my Jewish.
I think you would probably share my sense that that's kind of gay.
Well, Arabs are highly gay. They got high rates of homosexuality in the Arab world.
I don't think that's exactly true, but there are practices of substitute homosexuality.
They have far more homosexual even than gay Tel Aviv and Israel.
I don't think that's true.
No, yes, they do.
But I'm sure that homosexuality exists. Otherwise, who are they pushing off the buildings, right?
Exactly. And that's how Islam takes care of homos. They throw them off buildings.
I don't think Muslims claim that homosexuality doesn't exist in the Muslim world. They just say they don't want it, much like you don't want Muslims to be in the Western world. I think you're both wrong.
Well, I think he doesn't get it. I mean, listen, that's my view. I don't think Trump wanted to put a Muslim ban. He didn't really do it. He tried to do it. And listen, until the world wants to wake up or they have more bombings or another 9/11 or whatever it may be. I mean, it doesn't happen just always in the Middle East.
You know that 9/11 did not exactly. There were exactly zero Americans. There were exactly zero Americans involved. Muslim Americans involved in 9/11. They were foreigners. And guess what country they were from? Saudi Arabia, which is where you want to send them.
I want to send them all back there. Yes.
So, but they came over here and did 9/11 because they were radicalized in Saudi Arabia.
Now you get it, Big Ben.
Don't you see how that might work out?
I don't want them here. I want them to never be able to travel into the United States. Yes.
You want Muslims to not be able to get on a plane and visit the half of the world?
That's right. Thank you.
But that seems like that's
until they want to reform. Ben, Islam has no reform. Christianity had a reform. Judaism had a reform. Why, hey buddy, why doesn't Islam have a reform?
Because if you reform, you're a despicable, disgusting, untrustworthy rat. We don't trust you. Like, why do you need to reform a religion? Who are you to say that? Let me prove it. Let me prove it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me prove that you're a rat. Let me prove you're a rat. Let me prove you're a rat. Let me ask you a question. Is 1,037,000 aborted babies a year? Is that moral or immoral? You fucking rat.
I really don't care who gets an abortion.
Exactly. You're a fucking rat. Exactly. You are gonna come and tell me what is moral. You don't even know if killing babies is moral.
I want
Go
you
fuck
to
yourself, rat.
I want you to remain in Syria where you
Rat.
belong. And
He's
maybe,
in America.
maybe Allah willing, he will take
You
you
look
out.
like a rat.
He's in America.
Big ass forehead. You look like a white black person with your forehead.
Meanwhile, I kick your ass.
Big ass forehead ass. You look like a Somali, white Somali.
I could kick your ass, and I got a bigger schmeckle.
Bro, who is gonna touch me, man? You know, now I'm scared of Ben. Ben is the only one I'm scared of. He's 6'8". Fuck that. I'm not fucking around with that. That's the only guy that scares me.
Yeah, you try it. Ben won't even get on. Ben, where's your contest?
6'8". This motherfucker is 6'8". I wouldn't even do a cock measuring contest with him. Are you crazy? You're crazy, bro.
No, I'm not, because I have what
You're
I have.
crazy.
All right, I mean,
you're crazy.
You wouldn't do a cock measuring contest with me is because I'm tall, not because it's gay. I'm on the gay part about it.
Oh, it's because it's gay. Oh, yeah.
You would take your penis out in Discord with another man.
Well,
try to get an erection, and then measure your erection, and then masturbate until you ejaculate to see
masturbate, Ben.
To see whose ejaculate went further, and then
no, if there's ejaculation, I agree.
That's not gay.
No, if there's ejaculation, I agree, but we have to define gay correctly. It's an act of penetration. It's an act of actually doing that thing.
It's not gay.
You don't think it's gay to take your dick out?
Look, for example, let me give you an example. Thinking about taking your dick out is not
Maybe
gay.
you're right about these Arabs.
Let me give you an example. Thinking about taking your dick out is not gay, but doing it in an intercourse
gay. Okay. Well, like if you have to pee, you might say like, I gotta unzip my pants and take my dick out.
Why are you dancing around the question? There's nothing gay. That's in your head. You claim you're the ultimate man, that you're a more masculine man, and I'm willing to prove that you're not.
I'm not claiming I'm the ultimate man, but I think I'm more masculine.
Look, I agree. It's immoral.
And I now would say the same about Manar. I'm more masculine.
No, Ben, I agree. It's immoral, but it's not because it's gay. It's immoral. It's immoral because you're showing your hidden part, which is not allowed to be shown. It's not because it's gay or not. It's because you cannot show your dick to somebody that's not your wife.
Who says that?
That's why it's immoral, not because it's gay or not, Ben. That's why I'm disagreeing with you. Not because it's not immoral. I am saying it's immoral.
Did Muhammad say that?
So listen. It's a fahisha. It's your groin, and your groin has to be protected. You can't show it to anyone.
Well, what about a doctor?
So the doctor, usually there's a necessity for it, but even if there's no necessity, you don't show it to the doctor.
Muslims must recognize the state of Israel
only if there's a necessity.
Are you saying that like after like working out in the old days in American high school, you take a shower?
Yeah, that's immoral. Immoral.
You can't take a shower.
Yes, immoral. Yes.
But it's not gay.
It's not gay. It's immoral.
Okay.
It's immoral.
Everything is
because you're seeing your brother's dick, which is a sin. You see
not
because it's gay.
All right, wait a second. What if
because it's despicable?
What if the three of us were taking a walk in the woods, and I had to take a piss, and you it wasn't on purpose, but I took my dick out, and you saw my dick.
Yeah. So in Islam, we have something called lower your gaze. And so the first gaze is always free, but the second one is never free. Yes.
Please don't.
If you're looking at something and you notice that there's a dick.
Free zone here.
Look, if you're looking at something and you notice there's a dick, that's fine.
This is America. I throw your ass out of here. I throw your ass out of here. Don't you tell me anything about Sharia Islamic law. I don't want to hear about your life-denying filth. Everything is haram.
Shut up, man. You literally want a Jewish supremacist state.
Who are you yelling
at? What are you talking about? You want a religious supremacist state. A religious supremacist state.
Keep on rocking in the
That's what you're
not
arguing
religious.
for.
It's not religious. It's ethnic supremacism.
Shema Yisrael.
Look at them. He's doing the Nazi salute.
I agree. It's ethnic. I agree. It's ethnic because they don't have black Jews. You're right.
Well, they
don't
also
have black
have
Jews in Israel.
Black Jews. They
He
claim
doesn't even believe in God. He doesn't
Jews.
even believe in God, and he claims to be a Jew.
Yeah, you're right. Most Jews are atheists. You're fucking right. You're right. It's not a religious, it's an ethnic supremacist state. Yep.
Religious Jews are usually anti-Zionist. Many of them are anti-Zionist because they recognize that.
So, Maxter,
the Jews are going to return when the Messiah comes. That's the idea.
Are you? Hey, no, don't fucking show nothing. Hey, what the fuck? Fuck that, man. No, what the fuck?
Well, right there.
Now, is that against? Look,
I'm not looking. I don't know what he's doing.
But it's not showing anything. But he's not showing anything.
Yeah.
Bro, you being able to see below his belly button is a sin. Do you know that? Do you know anything? You know that the man's covering is from his knee to the belly button. So if anything is showing, like right now, my knee's showing. This is a sin. This little bit.
Like that, Joshua.
You guys don't know anything.
What is the sin?
And it's not because it's gay. It's because it's a sin. It's filthy. God also makes filthy acts sinful.
How is that?
But you're sinning then.
Well, this is how I hate.
Yeah. By wearing these shorts, it's actually I cannot show you guys my knees. You're right.
Why isn't the fucking cigarette haram then? Why is
it's not a big deal. It's only a little bit above the knee. It's not huge. It's not like I'm wearing a thong like this guy. I'm not wearing a thong like this guy. Okay.
Cigarette halal? Is that cigarette halal? Where'd you get that from? The Jews.
I would say it's probably
contrary laws from the Jews.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Ben. Which one of do you think there's a degrees of sin between this and what he's doing?
What do you mean a sin? It's a fucking pair of pants.
Are we equal, me and him?
Either of them as inherently sinful, but that's Islam
is it equally sinful? Are they equally sinful?
Islam has
the guy's wearing a fucking thong.
Yeah, Speedo.
He's wearing a thong and he's walking around with it. You're gonna call me sinful like him? You're crazy. But I agree with you. It's still.
Well, why is it
not like they were sins? That's a bigger sin than your sin. I don't think either of them are sins in this context. They are. Him wearing a.
Anytime you show anything below your belly button, you're sinful.
This
is the problem. This is the problem with the secular conservative. They don't know what conservatism is. You have to be extremely traditional. You have to be look. You have to love Sharia law, or you can't call yourself a conservative. How can you call yourself a conservative if you don't love Sharia law?
I don't call myself a conservative.
That's fine.
So, this is the reason why I never want Sharia law in the West.
Shut up, man. Shut up. Literally, I cannot marry. If I go to Israel, I can only marry another Jew. You literally cannot marry outside of your Jewish religion inside of Israel. I have to travel just to get married to another religion. Don't fucking talk to me about Sharia law, man.
No, you gotta go to practice Sharia law in Syria. They love it under Giuliani. You got all kinds
of. In Syria, you can marry anyone you want. You can go to church and marry. You literally are not. You won't give a marriage license to anyone a Muslim marrying a Jew or anybody.
That seems more normal that you can marry anyone in Syria of any.
Why don't you become a Christian in Syria though? Go live under Giuliani.
Yeah, we have the oldest cathedral in the world in Syria. Yeah. That city has 90% of them is Christian. We have one of the most densely populated cities. Has the oldest church, and it's the most densely Christian populated city in all of Syria. So we do have a Christian population.
Go join the Islamic State already. All you are all the same. All you Al-Nusra Front.
Why don't you go in IDF? Why don't you go into IDF?
You are all losers. You are on the wrong side.
Why don't you go into IDF and pee your pants when you go to sleep?
The Arabs, Manar, it's a fact. The Arabs.
Let me ask you, how many babies did you kill? Can I ask you, how many babies did you kill?
I have no children, so I don't.
Maxer, when you went to the IDF, how many babies did you kill?
How many of you Arabs love slaughtering each other? Let's talk about that.
No, I want to know how many babies did you eat?
Do you know why your countries look the way they do? It ain't the Jews, baby. It's your religion, and you're backwards, and you're low IQ.
The Jews being a destabilizing force in the middle of the Middle East. No, that's not it. Having a nuclear power. Being funded to take over Syria, the southern of Syria, the southern of Lebanon, the west of Jordan. That's totally out of the question.
Go take your goat and go back there. I don't want
This is the problem. This guy is like debating a feminist. It's like debating a feminist. She's gonna tell me, "Oh, we have a wage gap." Blah blah blah. Fuck off, man. Shut the fuck up.
You have a.
He suffers from Zionitis.
you have a bombing problem and a violence problem, and I'm here to say that you will not perpetrate your violence on anybody, because that's what the Arab world brings: death, destruction.
I should have done a push-up contest, a handstand push-up contest. I should have done that. I would have got you. I would have fucked you.
Listen, you are throwbacks.
I would have fucked you.
You go ahead, go come on to the Quran, see how well that works for you in the future.
You're like 250 pounds. I would have destroyed you. You couldn't have done one handstand push-up.
Yeah, great. That's wonderful. Meanwhile, I beat you. Okay. Meanwhile, I beat you.
No,
This old man.
Beat me is a big word.
Yeah.
Beat me by one.
I saw you how to throw a punch. Typical Arab punch too.
Okay, total WM victory. What a joke, bro. Wait. When did he win?
When the Arab
embarrassing the Jewish.
Manar, you know when you'll advance. I'll tell you when you advance.
I'll tell you what you W.
I'll tell you. When the Arab world decides, maybe Saudi Arabia, which I still don't trust because they don't want anything to do with Iran. They don't want they don't want to attack Israel anymore because they know they get their asses whooped. So they want to do the Abraham Accords. And that's one of the reasons why it was put out the Hamas should attack to interrupt the Abraham Accords. So that's between Arabs. That's between you Arabs that want to go forward or remain in the 7th century butchering people.
Okay, so
would you like to see a Middle East? Honestly,
like I don't know. Hey, Ben, I don't understand this. How can he say that? How can he make this argument? The Arabs want to butcher each other. Literally, his government just killed 20,000 children. What the fuck is he talking about? Like he's living in another world. Where in the Middle East that two nations kill 20,000 children of each other? Where?
Who attacked Israel?
Hold on.
No, who? Those weren't Arabs. Those weren't Gaza and Arabs.
20,000 children dead.
We're Italian. Where do you get your 20,000 figure? Back it up. Where did you?
Oh, now you're going to argue these are fake Hamas numbers. Eric, come let me debate you, Eric.
It's far more than that. It's far more.
Yeah, it's much
far
bigger.
More than 20,000.
Listen. You see, you are the problem of the Arab world right now. Your mentality is the problem. You will continue to lose, and we're going to continue to keep kicking your
Joe, I'm going to get mad.
We will throw your ass.
Wait, Hormaxer. As a matter, Hormaxer, hold on.
I have no sympathy for the Arab world.
Hormaxer.
I have no way there wouldn't be one of you in Israel. Not one. You wouldn't have your filthy thieving hands.
By the way, Ben, I did the research. It's a parable. This was an abrogated story in the Quran. It's not an actual. Like for example,
look further into it. If everything gets abrogated that you don't like.
No.
Hormaxer, hold on. Let me just make one, guys. Listen to me. Making a historical point. The Jews lived after in the 20 centuries or the 19th centuries before Zionism emerged. Jews lived largely outside of what we call Palestine or Israel, right?
Yeah,
they lived in Europe. Wait, they lived in Europe and they lived
wonderful. Yeah,
they lived around the Mediterranean.
Ben, right? The Christians.
No, let me finish talking. They lived in Europe. And a lot of them lived in the Arab world as well, under Muslim rule.
Wonderful.
Who was better overall to the Jews, the Europeans or the Muslims? Because there was no Holocaust of Jews in the Muslim world.
That's like comparing who was a worse killer. Well, putting the Arabs and making the Arabs seem nice compared to your Christians is one of the reasons the state of Israel exists, and that'd be true. Israel doesn't have.
And I would say
in Israel.
And my answer to that would be when Christians were faithful to Christianity, Jews were in a much better place in Europe. But when we abandoned Christianity and went to secularism, we had the Holocaust. While the Muslim world continued to have good relations with Jews in every single Arab.
The Grand Mufti was a big supporter.
Why, when European Jews came and landed on top of their backs and demanded that they just scatter to the winds and be slaughtered and abused, they were utterly surprised. Who are these people? And the truth is, they weren't Jews. They were Europeans inspired by romantic national.
I'm going to tell you something that nobody's ever told both of you. Maybe both you need to hear. The Jews are superior to you, and that's why you're losing. And you're going to lose a lot worse. Keep going forth, Manar. Keep telling yourself that we're going to kill all the Jews. Our time is coming to kill the Jews. Time and time again. You're going to lose and lose big time, okay? This is out of there. The Christian world is done. The Christian world is
But here's the thing about that.
You're done. You're over. Your days are over. Got it?
But think about this. How many Jews are there in the world? About 14 million, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 6 of them are Zionists. The other one's not so much. Okay, so 6 million Zionist Jews are going to stand up to 1.3 billion Muslims
saying that, Ben.
and 1.8 billion Christians, and you're going to demand that we fall down on our knees and fight your wars and listen to your bullshit and send our women and children and old men to die at your hands? Do you know how that's going to end? Do you know how that's going to end? That's not going to end well. That's not going to end well for those 5 million people. That's not a good idea. It's not going to end well.
It's in the Bible, Ben. It's in the Bible.
It's not going to end well, and it's not in the Bible.
The Israelite, the Jewish people, he denies his own Quran and his own writings. He can go get fucked.
Well, let me ask you this.
I don't want you going.
Let me ask you this.
And there's a reason, and here's the perfect example.
Zionitis. It's a terrible plague on the mind.
You are not welcome in the land of Israel, Ben.
But let's say this, Hormaxer. If you represented those 5 million people, right? So one guy represents 5 million people, and
Ben,
I had
the Jewish people, Ben.
Do you know how many Christians that would be the equivalent of? Like, if you're 5 million,
a Jew again, Jesus,
right?
The Jew.
You represent demographically. I get it. You're superior, right? Okay, you're superior. Do you know how many Christians? And then if you add, if his square represented the Muslim world, do you know what kind of odds that would look like? And especially if we both said you need to stop this. Do you know what kind of odds that would look like? You'd be fighting hundreds of Christians and hundreds upon hundreds of Muslims. And you're going to sit there and say, I'm superior. You fight our wars. We'll slaughter your children. You tell us we're victims. It's not going. You know what would happen? We would wipe you out until you stop.
Come on, Ben. You are never going to wipe because you're against God.
We would wipe you out in a second.
Ben, go ahead. I'm sure the Christian.
We'd wipe you out in a second.
Go get the Christian world and bring the third crusade.
But that's kind of what the Zionists are doing right now. And Christians are trying to say, please stop doing this. And Muslims are saying, you need to stop doing this right now.
We've heard your argument.
Zionitis.
We've heard your argument. You're obsessed with Jews.
Self-destruction.
You have Jewish obsession.
It's totally self-destructive.
You are obsessed with the Jewish people. Maybe you should become a Jew or something like that. Maybe it would help you out in your life.
I am an Israelite. I believe that I am an inheritor of the.
Ben, you're not. You're Ben. Ben. Okay, whatever. Ben,
and I may have some Jewish blood, and I'm very proud of it.
Here's a fact, and to your Arab. Here's to your Arab brethren down here. Listen. Okay, the day that the Arabs want to decide not to kill Jews, then maybe there could be. That day has not happened yet.
But that's not up to you.
Shut up.
You can't tell 400 million people.
Be quiet. He doesn't shut up. He's the one that's always talking. Let me tell you something, Ben. Here's the fact, Ben. You can yell, you can rant in your van, you can get your clogged shitter out, go fornicate with Grace, go do whatever you like tonight. Here's the fact, Ben, is that Israel is here to stay. The Jewish state is here to stay. Okay, we're not going to the
maybe.
Israel is the future of the Middle East. That is the future.
You know who said that kind of stuff? The National Socialists. Germany is here to stay. The Third Reich will last 1,000 years. How did it go for them? How did it go for them? And we're the superior people. Who else said that? We're the superior people. The Third Reich will last 1,000 years. How did it go? It didn't go well. And that's a much larger nation than this tiny little nation of Israel.
I know. It's weird, Ben. Isn't that a little bit of miracle, though, Ben?
Someone's saying we're here to stay. It's just a sign that they're not going to last long.
Ben, you have a nation. You said this teeny little nation, right? And by all accounts, it shouldn't exist. So maybe that makes a claim for the Bible's claim, then maybe. Wouldn't you think that, Ben? Because, there's a lot of miracles happening. Do you know, when they just fired?
Wasn't a miracle. It was a manipulation. It was a terrorist, many terrorist plots. You think God's behind terrorists?
Yeah, God loves
Think
the
God endorses the slaughter of innocent civilians by the tens of thousands?
And maybe when you go and decide to start slaughtering Jews,
No.
we'll have a change of mind.
I'm not slaughtering any Jews. I love the Jewish
Yeah,
people.
do it, Anar.
But I
Don't
don't like
make your point.
Zionists
Don't yell.
of whatever stripe they are.
No yelling, no yelling. I just want to know this. I want to know. You're
Yeah.
arguing that God's the one killing all or allowing these terrorists to kill these people. So who's allowing these IDF soldiers to kill all these kids? Let me finish.
Listen, I don't care.
That's not the point. The point is who's allowing these IDF soldiers to kill all these kids? Is it
okay? Where's your claim for the
how are
idea
you not a terrorist?
of babies? Okay, well, let me explain. You don't know the history of Gaza, do you?
I know literally the history of the whole thing. I'm one of the best debaters on Gaza. Gaza is one of my strongest issues.
Good. When did Israel pull out of Gaza? When did they disengage from Gaza? What year was it?
About 2006 when the Hamas elections. Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When they did leave and the Palestinians elected Hamas, were they allowed to ever do re-elections after that?
Well, Hamas is gained complete control. Anybody that was
the question was after Hamas was elected and the IDF and let me finish, please. Let me finish after because you're answering a different question. The question is after Israel left and the Palestinian people in Gaza elected Hamas to be their authority, not the PLO. Here's my question: were they actually allowed Hamas to be their authority, and were they ever? And even if they weren't, were they allowed to do a re-election to get a new authority over?
They elected Hamas.
No, the answer is no.
Yes. The people of Gaza today are the ones that were against Hamas.
As soon as they elected Hamas,
all you
as soon as they elected Hamas,
you have no future, Ben. Hamas
as soon as they elected Hamas,
after Hamas, never again an election.
The people, the Arabs of Gaza, elected Hamas. They wanted Hamas. They got Hamas. That's now deal with the consequences.
Okay. But that means you never left. That means you never left. If you are the one dictating who is going to be the authority of that land, that means you never left.
You fucking Arab. You're always with your fucking shit and starting up with Jews. You can leave the Jews. Hey, you have 23 countries. Go back to your 23 countries. You are a loser. You Arabs are losers.
Bro, poor Max or me and you, we would be good friends. It's not about you being a Jew. It's about killing kids. It's about murdering children.
Show me your Hamas.
Not about me and you.
Bring up your Hamas stats. Let's see your Hamas stats. Go ahead. Bring up your 20,000 children.
Manar, I want Hormax to be our first guest on our show tomorrow. What do you think?
Him, Hormaxer?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he needs to calm down, and he can't show his fucking thong on every fucking 5 minutes.
Okay,
that's crazy. I'm gonna kick him out.
Yeah. We'll make that the rule.
That's nasty.
No, Ben. You're trying to weasel your way out, Ben, as you always do. You want to weasel way out. Grace, your father has a small penis.
No, wait, can I just read it? I want Manar to hear it.
Manar,
I think that...
Why are you obsessed about his penis?
Yeah, and...
I think he has homosexual issues.
No. I really need to know. Hormaxer, let's say he does have a tiny penis. So what?
No, Ben is obsessed with mine and always wants to play that. So, being that Ben can't do any push-ups, I said, well, Ben, let's do it.
Okay, I'll do them for you, Ben.
But let's do it another way, Ben.
Well, for real, we need to work on your...
I'll take Manar out and I'll embarrass him.
I think it'd work out, yeah.
You're 6'8", man. You could be a monster. Man, you could be a monster. I can't believe you let yourself go.
I used to actually be an elite athlete, but...
Yeah, don't believe Gracie when she tells you, just let yourself go. I'm going to love you no matter what. Don't believe her.
No, I've been through a lot. I will get to know each other. You'll understand why.
Your problem is you don't understand entertainment. If you did, you would have made a lot of super chats.
I'm making you sweat. What are you talking about? I'm making you sweat. You're sweat. You're... Go back to the hot tub.
The only reason I'm sweating is because I'm in a hot room. Believe me, you're not making
Hormaxer, would you admit that
it's not making me sweat? We
Manar,
just get you out of there.
Hormaxer, would you admit that Manar is like a great guy?
Thank you for kebab recipes and
get back to your hot tub or cold, whatever. That looks stinky. Actually, it looks fucking dark. Don't ever go into that water. Fuck that shit. That has fucking.
You got
Syria, it has some speedo germs. Fucking nasty. Yeah.
You got the Gulf states.
Don't ever go back there.
Look at what a bunch of losers you really are. You got all the oil wealth in the world. You got Saudi Arabia for the Sunnis. You got the Shia is the Islamic Republic. But you can't stop because you got a fascination because you're rather than hate. And you're
projecting.
Really,
You're literally projecting.
You are. The Arab world is anti-Semitic due to their Quran and their teachings. And
you were the one anti-Islam.
Right.
Oh my! You're projecting on me, bro.
Anti-Islam.
You literally hate Islam just for Islam being Islam.
Because I don't want to live as a dhimmi, and I don't want Sharia law.
No, you want a Hormax. That's what you want.
I want to rock in the free world, baby.
Yeah, you want a Hormax. Hey, let me ask you a question, Hormax.
God bless.
You want to max the whoring? Let me ask you a question, Hormax. If it's illegal to fuck girls, hey, let me ask you a question. If it's illegal to fuck girls, what would you do? Would you leave the country? If it's illegal to date girls and have random sex, would you be promiscuous? Would you leave the country?
I could go have sex. What are you talking about, Brand? What do you mean?
If it's illegal. This is what I believe. You are angry at religion because it won't allow you to be a degenerate. I believe if the secular community will not allow you to be a degenerate, you will leave that secular community too. I believe you love your degeneracy more than anything, more than any of your values.
I'm a man. I like to fornicate, so that should be normal. That's why you Arabs are so upset.
Because you get married. People get married.
Look at what it causes. Look at all these Islamic.
Are you saying I don't like to fornicate? Ask Grace. No, I'm kidding, boy.
You would love to fornicate, Grace. You would like to get your balls drained and whatnot, and you hide behind the Sharia. And come on, let's get real here, okay? Your halal law.
I'm just happy, man, because I'm Syrian. I'm from the Syrian supreme race. You know, I'm pretty cute. You know, I really don't need too much.
Who do you support though in Syria?
I can have the smallest penis. I'm still the happiest person.
Who do you support in Syria?
Huh?
Who do you support in Syria?
I wanted Assad, but you despicable, disgusting person wanted Julani.
You're pro Khomeini because Khomeini was.
Julani, you know, Julani was a terrorist on the terrorist watch list in 2020 or 2000.
I would take him out too. He's funny.
Yeah, you would rather have a terrorist as my leader than me have my own leader. Like, you see how disgusting you are?
Yeah, well, but that's your Arab world for you.
No, Bashar al-Assad, the only reason you don't like him was because he actually fought hard to take back Julan, and you're mad at that. You know Julani is not going to fight for Julan.
Where did Assad run to? Where is he at? I think he's with the...
I can't believe he ran. He should have died.
Should Israel be able to choose the leaders of every other country in the world?
Yes. In the Middle East.
I guess.
In the Middle East, definitely.
So should any other people other than the Israelis be able to tell us who we can have as our government of our countries?
You want to join? You got a good looking rack on you, baby? I'll show him.
Because right now in America, we can't elect anyone that isn't approved by the Israelis, right?
You know, what is with you Arab women? You know, a lot of you Arab women should be covered up because they're pretty fucking ugly. I don't want to see Persian women covered up with your fucking burqas. I don't want your shit. Okay,
well,
I don't want
to have to marry one and she'll take it off and she'll have hot sex with you, right?
Bro, you're telling me Syrian girls are not hot? Is that what you're saying? Lebanese girls are not hot? Syria. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm talking about Arabs and the ones I've seen in Gaza and whatnot. Really, they're not. Cover them up.
I'm gonna explode, bro. He's saying Lebanese
girls
are not.
They look like camels, like donkeys.
Arab women are very, very.
The Lebanese girls are French, bro. Are you kidding? They're European girls, man. Are the Turkish girls? The Syrian girls are Turkish girls. Like they're European.
They're
white.
On the face of the planet.
You know that Mexican girls have hair? You know that a Syrian, if she has hair, she would be shunned out of her group?
Yeah, but
that's how delicate the Syrians are. They don't have a single speck of hair on them.
Yeah, but let's talk
they
about...
They would laugh at her, whereas the Mexicans, you see them fucking running around.
I'm not talking about Mexico right now. I'm talking about Saudi Arabia and how they bring women...
Well, I dated this girl... No, don't worry about it. Never mind.
They shit on them. You know, they bring them in from the Instagram.
Talk about dating. I met this Mexican girl. She had hair on her back.
Let's go, honey. I mean, let's go.
Nobody told her it was disgusting. I had to be the one. And you know what's so cute? She came to me a couple of days later. She told me, you notice anything about me? And then she had shaved it.
Don't tell me about how Arabs fucking fornicate. Don't tell me how the Arab world is full of shit.
It's not about fornication. It's about some people are... You're talking about the girls are not cute?
Biggest whoremongers in the world, the Arab world. They make Jews look like piddling shit when it comes to whoremongers.
Sorry, your average woman here has like a 30 body count. What are you fucking talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
The Arab world.
The Arab world, the average of the Arab world is married, whereas the average here is dating in your country.
I live under the Arab world.
Well, but I mean, if you want to say that people are sexually...
You believe in the Quran? You want to marry a 6-year-old? Because that's what Muhammad did.
Okay, you're a Jew. You don't have a way to talk about teenage marriage. You're a Jew.
He wasn't a teenager. She was 6.
She was betrothed at 6. She was married at 9.
Yeah, go read your Quran some more.
She was consummated at
No, that's
9.
true,
So
that's
she was
true.
betrothed at 6. This is a royal tradition where you betroth your children and then they get married.
I know everything is abrogated for some reason.
Well, that was common.
Let me ask you. No, Ben, one question. When it says in the Quran, wherever you find them, kill them. Is that an abrogation or is that a commandment? What is that?
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking him. Just allow me to ask him. When it says in the Quran, wherever you find them, kill them. Is this an abrogation or is this like a parable or telling you about that story of that? Or is this a commandment? What is this?
Who is this down here? I can't even see somebody down here. Is there somebody down here? Let me see who this is.
Nice. So he's the one
I
right
don't
now.
have to look at you. What do I get here? I get vengeful Arabs. You know what? This is
Why don't we
like
get a girl? Yeah, here we go.
thank God. Please, bend over, honey. Please, let me drain my balls. Let me get into it. That's a nice rack.
Be careful. This might be a porn bomb.
Is it?
Be careful.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay,
My
it looks a little
internet's-
weird.
Like I live in a small town. So
Okay.
it's shaky.
Small
What are
town.
y'all up to?
Oh, nothing. I'm just trying to teach Hormaxer a lesson.
How is he teaching me a lesson about anything?
No, I'm educating.
Is she haram? Should she be in a burqa?
Oh, hey, to you, let me ask you this. Is it immoral what she's wearing to you? Is it?
No, I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
See, this is the thing, man. You don't know anything about morality.
I want to lick her titties. Are you kidding me? I want to follow her. I want to follow them motherfuckers. I want to play with her. That's
Look,
immoral.
look.
It's life affirming. That's life affirming, boy. You see, Islam would put her in a burqa.
I mean,
though.
he's literally proving my argument. If secular world will not allow him to be degenerate, if the secular world stops him from fucking girls, he would leave the secular world. It's not about religion. It's about him being a degenerate.
You Arabs are gay. You want to put her in the burqa. I don't.
You know, not a single Arab would concede that he's a gay. You know, if you find them fucking a dude, they would still tell you, "Fuck off! I'm not gay. I just did it because he's the gay one because I fucked him."
The homos
If you find an Arab fucking a dude, he will tell you, "I'm not gay. The guy I fucked is gay." That you don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like we are
they
stern.
take the homos and they throw them off buildings like they do in
We
Gaza.
are stern. No, it's because this mentality of being gay is different. It's like it's an elevation of sin.
Okay, wait. Oh yeah, well, forget the gays for a second. Look at this piece of work down here. Yeah, but Tony, I like what I'm seeing here, honey. Where'd you come from, baby? Where'd you come from?
Should I leave you guys alone for a second? I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Oh, that's good. I'm not. I'm feeling aroused. Honey,
I'm feeling confused, honestly. I'm just
I wanna go.
doesn't really make sense.
Are you in Las
It looks like
Vegas?
some sort of-
Wait, guys, let's hear her rate us. What about that? Let's her. She's the only woman. Let her rate us.
I already defeated your Arab ass.
Objectively rate us.
Georgia Peach, born and raised in Georgia in the United States, a Southern girl.
The Georgia girl. She loves black
Yeah.
people.
Why do you make that assumption? That's very rude.
She said,
Am I
yeah.
lying?
Well, I would hope she loves black people. They're great people.
Well,
No,
they're all
I mean sexually.
No, but what lesson were you trying to teach him earlier? And what about burqas?
Bro, I was trying to teach him that, hey, listen,
You shouldn't
Try to
call,
dress like
you
you
shouldn't
are.
call a woman bro. That's kind of odd.
Women's bodies are temples. Like,
well, let me
our
ask you a
bodies are
question. Can you put a
temples.
hijab on and let's see if you look better with the hijab or not? Can we
Yes,
ask you
I
that?
don't have-
Maybe you look better in the hijab. Maybe it's actually a look maxing thing.
I don't have like a hijab.
Can you
Nice
try a
rock.
hijab on or something? We'll see if you look better.
Stand up a little bit. Let me see that.
What about
tight-
a nice dress?
Relax
Put on a nice
What
dress.
a little package, honey. I'm happy. They're not. They're
I'm
very
just
gay.
saying, I don't want my mom, walking around.
You, honey.
What about put on a nice dress?
I would get in between your sugar walls and I would fuck the hell out of you. I would bang the living shit out of your ass.
Would
You
you?
would bang the shit
yeah.
out of ass?
That's not a compliment, by the way. He'd do that with anything.
Honey,
He'd do it
you
with
are-
a dude. He literally would do it with a dude. That's literally the whole conversation today. Be careful. That's not a compliment.
I know I've never had anal, and I'm not like, but I mean I've been fucked from behind, but I've never had anal.
So that's good for me, baby.
Oh,
Let me
what
tell you
is
what's
happening right now? What the
not a
fuck?
good night. I could have used
This is
you.
referred to as the Howling Madness,
I
Manar.
could have used you last night at the Playhouse.
He is a whore maxer. He's maxing on all these fucking whores. That's
I
crazy.
love women.
I
I
don't think
talk
Charlie's
to women. I'm
necessarily
not
a whore.
I don't claim to be a monogamous, and I definitely don't want Sharia law. Please take that back to the Middle East. Keep it away
Yeah,
from
but
Charlie,
me.
the only reason you don't is because you want to fuck our daughters. That's why.
No,
And
please
why?
don't tell me
That's
about
it.
Islamic law. A lot of Islamic
No,
law.
wait a
you
second.
take
Wait a
from
second.
me.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I want to prove a point by asking Charlie one question. Now, I think Charlie, you're American. You're familiar that our young men may be soon enlisted in a war against Iran, in which we've already been through this many, many times, right?
Oh, please
Now,
stop
my
killing
contention
Ben,
is,
like you want to talk about Iran.
well, no, this has to do with you getting laid. My contention is that if Hormaxer and other Zionists were to say, you know what, let's just let everyone between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean have equal rights, like all other places, that he would be more sexually attractive to you because you would not be thinking of your fellow Georgians dying on his behalf, on behalf of this sick mentality that's killed women and children.
You're killing
thousands and hundreds of thousands.
You're with the Jewish people.
I'm trying to get you laid.
No, you're not. You kill
Well,
sexuality.
let Charlie answer that. Would
Okay,
that
good.
make
You
your
shut
pussy
up,
wetter?
Larry. Can I mute him a second? Thank God.
But I do think there are places like Dubai that are very like free and everything, but I do think that there's an allure to American women because we are known to be less conservative with our bodies and our sexual appetite.
Thank
We're
God.
not afraid.
Love
I
it.
would have never guessed.
Oh, that's so
You know,
horrible.
We're not
isn't it?
afraid to speak about
Let me see. You
sex.
got a nice little spinner body on you. You look like a tight little ass on you. It's like a tight little package on you, honey.
I think that there's like that's like I said, I think there's a lure to American women, just like there is to like French women, and there's a lot of passport bros that go to the Philippines. Like
I want a passport with you. How about little me and
Well, it doesn't make sense because she's American.
little me and you?
There'd be no. You don't need a passport.
I don't know, Charlie. Listen, he wants to talk. I can talk plenty about Iran. You're not interested in Iran. Now, what
Well,
we need is
I'm just saying, Charlie. Do you love men who don't want to create unnecessary wars? Is that more sexually attractive, or do you like men who want to create wars?
My mic. Okay.
this is how I look at it. I hate that young men fight wars against each other that they've never met for old men who know each other for stupid reasons.
I love it. So you agree with me? So
Yes.
Hormaxer, I'm making the connection
maybe
between
Charlie
your
would like to rate the content. Ben.
libido and renouncing Zionism as a
Ben, I'm a very
non-life affirming philosophy.
That's good for you, Ben. You're so obsessed with you. Even when you have a good-looking woman here, Ben, you
Charlie
can't.
likes men of peace.
You
She's
can't
attracted to men of peace.
Charlie, do you like the party, baby?
I do.
Thank God. Oh, thank God. This is.
Are you on any substances right now?
I am so blessed. God is blessing me right now. Baruch Hashem. Yeah, see, God is blessing me, Charlie.
I do. The only thing I don't drink a lot like I used to. I don't drink because alcohol has never benefited my life to me. Now I do have a love for painkillers, and you can fuck forever.
I thought so.
I love you. I get you liquored up on some painkillers and have wild sex. Let's do meth.
Fuck forever.
I don't think that's a painkiller, though.
I want to do it all, Charlie. Let's just live life, baby. Let's fornicate, baby. Let these two life-denying losers, whatever they want to talk about. I'm here. I mean, look at that. Charlie, I'm there. I'm at the Playhouse. The women were snooty. I got to tell you honestly, they're snooty.
But don't you think painkillers would be also kind of like sexually not very...
I don't do painkillers.
So
Well, I mean, that would tend to like lower everything.
so long is because it's harder for men to come, so they stay hard. You keep an.
Oh, that's interesting, Charlie. I'd like to ask you a question about that. You know, Ben claims he's the bastion of masculinity and whatnot.
No, I do not.
But let me finish before you go on, and then I'll let you blather. Charlie, now I was going to have a contest like I took the air about with the push-ups. You know, it's Jewish dominance, and you know, I threw an F-35 a deer right into him. Couldn't take it. Now Ben, I want to have a dick off with him, Charlie. Now I would like to have like you because that way he could be attracted. He says he's got to have a woman in there to be attracted to get his, you know, erection. You know, to get erect. So I'm saying, Ben, we can do this live.
Yeah.
We can make super chats.
Personality, Maxer, but I like. But is that Ben and with the who's laying down?
Yes.
I like his mind a lot.
Thank
too.
you.
You like Ben's mind?
I like his mind. I like your personality.
Wait. What do you rate Ben at from 1 to 10?
What is what?
What do you rate Ben at from 1 to 10?
Let's see. I would say he's a good like 6, 7.
He's 6'8". He's 6'8".
It's a light.
8. So yeah, 7, 7.5, 8.
It should stop. You see how much it shot up?
I'm only 5'2.5". So
Oh boy.
Look how high
We
it
would
went.
have problems, honey. We would have problems.
I have no problem. Charlie, I have no problem. I like them tall. I like them small. I like them round. I like them thin.
He's 8?
I don't anatomically there'd be some problems, I
I'm
think.
pretty thin, but I have
If
like
he's 8, I'm 4. What the fuck?
I actually have like what I call like muffin tops because I have like a little waist. So
A nice little spinner. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Like,
Yeah, you got a nice little ass on you too. Look at that.
like,
Nice. Look at that.
like,
Oh, it's nice and tight too, baby. I love it.
there's that.
No, I saw you look.
Love it. I love it. Love to get in between the lick. Love to get in between
Bro,
my.
tell me when it's over, bro. This is weird, bro.
Love it. Well, that's.
I'm gonna take my leave soon, guys, so you guys can do the content.
I mean, I don't looking.
You
for
have a
no-
judge now. You have a judge.
I'm not looking for no Islamic law. I'm not looking for anything I want. I'm here. I make it.
Hey, Hormaxer, let's say. Let me prove something. Let's say Islam. Hormaxer, let's say Islam allows you to fuck everyone's daughter. Would you become a Muslim?
No, I don't need religion to do that. And I definitely don't
What?
want
Let's say it did.
I don't need any type of religion to guide
Let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you a better question. If secularism stopped you from fucking other girls, would you become Would you be a secularist?
Well, that doesn't make sense, but I probably not.
Yeah, let's say secularism becomes actually like kind of centrism. And so in the centrism world, they're actually against dating and fornicating, whereas the lefties are more promiscuous. So would you go into the lefty side or would you stay in center? What would you do?
Nobody forces anybody. If
No, I want to prove that you're a degenerate. That's literally the only value that you seek is degeneracy. That's the number one value you care about.
Sex, yes, sex and fornicate. Yes, that
Exactly.
is right.
Yes, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
You win. You won.
If a religion allows you to have sex with any girl you want, you will become that religion. If it doesn't, you will ditch that religion and throw it out.
Right. Sex a ball. Hail Satan. You know, what do you want me to say? I like to fornicate. And I'm not
One last question. If Satanism actually supports all your decisions, would you become a Satanist?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Conceding. Thank you. Thank you. You're not.
He is honest.
This is why Zionism is disgusting, despicable. These people have no values. Their only value is their own benefit.
Well, I don't know that Zionism is.
Hold on, man. I want to hear Charlie.
Oh no, this is
Yeah, Charlie, go ahead, please.
Now that I found
this is a feature of Zionists. But go ahead.
I'll be live tomorrow. Like when are
Oh,
you?
what
When are you
channel is
live
yours?
next?
What channel is yours?
Well, I just want to know. My channel is called The Last of a Dying Breed.
Let me.
So
go
she
get-
interrupted all of us for this.
Well, I just
I want to look at her, not you.
Charlie,
Well,
stick around for 5 more minutes. The guy is in love. Give him 5 more minutes.
We
Wait.
fall in love every night.
Oh,
Charlie,
yeah.
how are you the
No,
last
like,
of a dying breed? What is the breed and why is it dying?
That's a good question.
like so for addicts, you know, like alcoholics or addicts, period. Like it's a breed of people, like especially like rock and roll and stuff. It's a breed, a generation, a whole generation that's going out. I call it the Purdue generation.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So you feel like you're a representative of people who took too many drugs and drank too much?
I think that I'm part of the generation that we got prescribed painkillers for everything.
Oh,
yeah. So that's.
Okay. I was looking for your channel here.
Opiates.
Why can't I see?
We prescribed it. Everything. You stubbed your toe and they give you Percocet. Like.
Oh, so you didn't take drugs as part of like partying and that kind of stuff?
No. I mean, I did do a little bit of blow when I drank for like 20s, early 20s.
Okay.
Like when I was too drunk, I would do a little coke so I could walk.
Wait, can I just say? Can I say one thing? Wait.
She's mocking you, Grace. Look at her tight body. Oh, show her your tight little ass on you. Yeah.
Does she? Wait, can I just say? I just want to read one chat. The Powder Dusty says.
Better than you do, Grace.
Wait. Let me just read one chat. The Annihilator of Gay Men. LOL. That name could swing both ways, to be honest.
You're beautiful, by the way.
That's my daughter. Isn't she cute?
You haven't seen the beach ball head yet. Believe me, there's a beach ball head there that's Charlie. That doesn't look. It's only certain angles. You know, Grace tries to put it over.
Charlie, Grace is going to be on a show tomorrow that also Manar, and I'm hoping Hormaxer will do the first leg of from 6 to 8 p.m. She's doing a show from 8 to 10 p.m. for women. And
can we bring Charlie on?
Yeah.
I want to debate her on what her thoughts are on abortion.
Okay, yeah.
What is it to you? What is it to you about somebody
else? I
want
to know if she's going to have your babies or if she's going to just abort them.
Looking for kids. I want to plow them sugar walls.
Well, I mean, my view is, like, really on abortion is I believe every woman should have a choice. And that's just the way I look at it. Would I?
Oh, that nose is huge.
I wouldn't I personally would not. But
can you? Can I get some of those pills? Those seem strong. What the fuck?
You know, I can.
I love Charlie. Charlie, I love damaged women.
Hey, Gracie, put your tongue back in. God damn it.
Ready?
Grace, Charlie, show her like your ass, because this woman doesn't know how to even dress as a woman. She doesn't know how to style her hair. You know, Grace, you really don't. You know, Grace, you need to go find Manar, Grace. Maybe he'd be for you. He's for the Sharia law. He'll keep you in line, you know, whatnot. He'll beat the shit out of you too.
I don't know, man. Grace, I'm very demanding, Grace. Do you know how to cook?
Yeah.
Grace, don't take that laying down. Girl, you're beautiful. Don't take that laying down.
I see Grace for years. She's not doing it. Believe me.
Let's see the hijab. Let's see the hijab.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's how he wants.
What do you think?
Hey,
yeah, that's good.
That's actually not horrible.
That's how they would like you. That's how they would like it. If they had their way.
It's kind of sexy, to be honest. I get it.
Put it on right. Put it on right. Be honest. Put it on right.
I don't know how to do it. How do I do it?
All right, put it on right.
Yeah, you wouldn't last a second over there, Grace.
Grace, what do you think about men?
Guys,
what do you find the sexiest about men? Do you think their body, their personality, or their intellect? What is the most
their race?
Or the way they perform in bed?
They're huge penises. Now, sense of humor.
Yeah. So, Charlie, what's your view on Pornhub and adult?
Oh, she looks amazing.
Yeah, good. Keep her in there. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to see
it. Hey. Okay, I might actually be ready for my second wife.
I like it
better. You
better.
can have her. Hey, good luck with that. Good luck with her.
I might be ready.
Good, please go put her in the
guys, doesn't she look amazing? Hey, tell her she looks amazing, guys. It's better than her wearing tiny skirts and fucking flaunting her boobs.
Yeah. No, I like how Charlie's dressing right now. I like Charlie. I like women to dress real. Like, I like them real slutty too. I love the
Deninsky,
makeup.
chill, Deninsky.
I like cheap perfume and stuff. Fuck. I want to fuck, baby.
No,
Charlie,
I love
your email, Charlie. I'm not going to let Ben ruin this.
Charlie, I love the questions you were asking. I mean, the question you asked Grace, and her answer, she was kidding. But Hormaxer has been trying to get me all night to have a penis measuring contest, followed by a masturbation and ejaculating distance and volume contest.
No, you didn't tell me that. You didn't mention that part.
Well, I didn't.
And Manar said he could go like halfway on that. I said I'm too homophobic for that right now. But as a 5'2" woman, and I'm not trying to ask you anything like private things, what would you say is the ideal size? Is it the bigger the better, or is it like that? I understand you're a personality maxer,
bro. I kind of get what Powder Dusty was saying now.
Honestly, like girth is a great thing, and then
girth.
Great,
we need another measuring tape for that.
If it's got a little bit of a crook, it hits. You know, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. A little crook.
How is this not TTOs?
Interesting.
Right.
But it's not about length.
It's not, because you could have like a pencil dick.
It's not about length.
No.
Well, I mean, it can go too deep, and then it's painful, right?
Oh yeah.
What?
Good.
Charlie,
especially
Charlie, can you put your
were getting
happening
in foreplay? It's kind of the smaller the better. Like you really wouldn't want to smoke a cigarette. It's like
wow,
that big.
That's right, Jabatoni. Let's get it on. Charlie, you ready to rate it?
Ben, I cannot be seen with you if you take this contest.
You're the one who said you were like on the fence about it. I have said unequivocally.
With the Muhammad with the schizophrenic warlord already.
I told.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
No. Hey Ben, what I argued was it's not wrong because it's gay. It's wrong because it's filthy. It's immoral. That's the whole argument I argued. It's not that I didn't say it's wrong.
It's like saying
I just said it's not because it's gay. It's because it's an actual filthy act. It's an immoral action to do, which is to show your speedo, for example.
Muhammad, who had cum stains all over him, that's in the Quran too. You know that? He was a chronic masturbator. Yeah. You want me to bring that one up for you? Masturbated all over the place.
Who?
Yeah, bring it up and then kick me out so I can't even respond to it. Whatever, man.
I didn't kick you out.
You literally kicked me out right after you brought it up that last time.
Your contention is the Prophet Muhammad
masturbated so much they had to clean his sheets. It's in the Quran.
Bullshit.
Tony had to bring that one up too.
That's impossible. That one is impossible.
I don't think that one's true.
That one is impossible. So anyways, Charlie, do you like religious guys?
Oh God.
What's that?
Don't you like religious guys, or do you like more like guys that accept the gay people and all that weird stuff? Which kind of guys do you like more?
I accept homosexuality, but I think spirituality. I'm religious, but I think spirituality is more important than organized religion. That's just my opinion.
You're religious, but you put something else above religion? Is that what you just said?
Hadith.
Spirituality, oral is more important than like organized religion.
If it's a hadith, it could be a fake hadith because there's some hadiths that are not strong. I was talking to Thorp about this. Some hadiths are not authenticated; they're weak hadiths. Some hadiths are stronger. We don't accept the weak hadiths, but I'm interested to see the hadith though. I'll look. But watch, the moment we look at the hadith based on the name of what book it comes from, we know if it's weak or strong immediately.
If it says somewhere that the Prophet Muhammad cleaned his sheets, that does not imply that he's a compulsive masturbator.
He said it was full of cum, basically.
Well, I bet that's a bit of a stretch.
I don't know. Anyways, so I really want to know. So you like a guy that likes gay people is what you're saying, Charlie?
But why would he masturbate if he had multiple wives? This doesn't make
He had 20. He had 9 wives at the same time.
Okay,
that would be the last guy masturbating.
So Ben should have 9 wives. Ben would like that.
No. He was the only one that was allowed that. He was the only one allowed that. And he married a lot of these wives. He never consummated the marriage. He just married them because he sent her husband to die in a war. and he felt bad, so he would just marry them to make sure he can go into the house so he can feed the
You know
family.
why Ataturk tried to get rid of Islam?
What?
Do you know
Ataturk?
why in Turkey Ataturk tried to secularize Turkey?
Because what happened was they became nationalized. There was a nationalization movement, and they forgot that it was about Islam, and they thought it was about nationalism. They became Arabs versus the Turkeys.
7th century backwards, savage, barbaric, backwards.
You're
It's
literally a
backwards.
propagandist. Like there's nothing new you're saying.
It's barbaric.
Like basically, yeah, the dinosaurs are real, evolution is real, Darwinism is real. Yeah. All of this has been debunked, and you're still pushing it. It's fucking crazy.
Great.
On October 7th, 1,200 people died, already been debunked. Just keep pushing lies. Keep pushing lies.
Conspiracy. I know. This is what.
Yeah, keep pushing lies. Evolution is real. Evolution by natural selection is real. Yeah, keep pushing the lies. All of this has been proven wrong already, but keep going.
That's true. I agree.
No,
This is crazy.
No, it
All
hasn't
been
actually.
Scientists, they previously thought humankind had only been here for 13,000 years. They found fossilized footprints that show that humans have been here for 23,000 years.
Bro, I need those drugs, man. I need whatever pills you're taking. Those fucking here, man. 23,000.
I don't care if it's 20. That's much older than that. It's probably 200 to
Is that a Percocet and a cup of wine? Is that what happens? Ben, do you know about this? This is crazy.
I've never met Charlie before.
But you denied it. Well,
it has to be a couple of cups of wine.
How crazy do you have to be, and what type of delusion you have to believe that? So all the fossils are fake, right? What did Muhammad plant them there? What did Muhammad plant?
The fossils are real, but that doesn't mean that this fossil and you replicate on the image of the.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I don't think we want to.
I'm gonna get literally kicked out of the YouTube.
She has a bikini.
I don't think we want to do that.
Well, let me know. I'll be back tomorrow and see if you're
Sounds
live.
good.
Okay. Nice
Bye,
to meet you,
guys.
Charlie.
Charlie, send me your email.
Yourself.
Send me your email. I want to get in those walls, baby.
Wow.
Isn't that kind of sad that a woman that age does that, though?
I love it. She looks good. She should do it.
She seems kind of sad, let's be honest.
I'll cheer her up.
Well, I mean, I think she would be a good case for Sharia law, because I think that
look at you people.
There weren't enough men protecting her from things.
Not even Sharia law. I think Christian Federal Republic would be amazing for this. A Christian constitutional republic would stop all of this. Honestly, I'm okay with the Christian constitutional republic. I just don't want to live under the secular rule. That's it.
Yeah.
Ben, I would be personally doing a line of blow with Charlie while you could claim your morality and everything else.
I know you would do a lot more with Charlie.
Let's play it through.
I'm gonna tongue punch your asshole, and I don't give a shit what any of you say.
Really? Do you think that would be good?
This is crazy.
Yeah, she'll fuck the shit out of you.
She looks like she's half dead.
Yeah, she'll eat ass.
I mean, she would mostly just be lying there,
We'll pipe her up. He's called amphetamines.
Oh, you'd pump her up with You pump up someone in that condition with amphetamines?
Goddamn right, love it. Good sex.
Well, what if she died as a result of that?
Give her sex.
You'd have
brownie points.
You would have sex with her post mortem?
Well, no,
sounds like Charlie Sheen.
No, I don't. But I'd fuck
what
the
if
hell out
she
of her.
died? What if her heart exploded?
That's a hot little piece of spitter there. That's she was like the top stripper. That was like,
yeah, but she seemed very sad and tired.
Ben, you seem very sad and tired, except you're manic.
Well, I'm not proposing that we have sex together or even measure our dicks and our ejaculate together.
But you don't want
far from it.
You don't want to have. I love.
So can I ask you something? We're in this we're in this secular morality that allows you to pull out your dick and measure it with another person and see which one is bigger, and then you gain some kind of ego value from that, and then that's a good thing. Where can you show me the reference in the secular scriptures?
The what?
The secular scriptures that you follow for your moral compass. How is it moral for you to show your dick off?
Scripture? What are you talking about? I don't. What are you even talking about? Secular scripture, philosophy? What are you talking about?
How are you following? Where are you bringing your moral compass from? Where do you derive it from?
Myself.
Now, would I get extra points if my penis was hooked? Because she said that was kind of a bonus.
Myself. Oh my god.
If there's a little bend.
Myself.
You said myself. Do you recognize it's impossible for you to be accurate if you are the moral evaluator? It's impossible.
No, I'm
You're
a very
subjective
good arbiter.
entity.
I'm a very good arbiter.
You are no. Let me ask you a question. What is the size of this phone?
How many inches is it?
Yeah, how many inches is this phone?
I can't tell. I don't know. 8-9 inches.
How? So but a phone exists in materialistic reality, therefore it has a defined size. You can't even make a judgment on the defined size of the phone. But you're gonna tell me, morality. You're gonna be able to make an evaluation judgment based on that. And by the way, the materialistic reality for morality is far harder to measure because you're measuring actions. Listen, Hormaxer.
Yeah.
Hormaxer, morality, you're measuring the action. So if I punch you in the face, we say, is this a good or bad thing? You know what I mean? And if it's you who's saying it's good, then you would be wrong because to me it's bad. Like if you're saying it's bad to me it's wrong because it's me it's good.
That's good, but if you had your face planted in Charlie's.
Let me finish. So here's the question: is punching your face? Is there an objective value judgment upon it that is true to it?
So stupid. I can't even answer that.
Listen to me.
You're saying someone put their head inside of her vagina?
Put your face right in her poontang and lick away on that, pal. You know, you people are really life denying, Ben.
Would
you don't
really
eat
enjoy
Ben,
that?
you don't eat pussy. Ben, you don't eat poontang. I eat the shit like a sashimi platter. I'm sorry you don't like to eat pussy. I do. I'm sorry, Ben. You
I don't know why the word eat is
at
used
least
there.
he works out, Ben. You don't work out, Ben. He works
What
out.
are you
That's
eating?
a part for him.
What are you eating? I don't understand. Why is it called eating?
I eat. I lick, suck, the tongue.
Okay, lick, but why?
I'm poontang. I want to eat it. I'm a sexual maniac.
Eat it? I don't. What do you? So you chew it and swallow it? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Have you ever chewed on a clit like it's a little piece of bubble gum?
Have I?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really care to talk about all my sexual experiences.
Have you ever really tongue punched a clitoris, Ben? Have you ever really gotten there and sucked around the labia and hit the clit?
I mean, let's say I've had sexual experiences. Obviously, I have 6 kids.
Yeah, but that don't mean you were performing cunnilingus.
No, it doesn't.
That's right, because I don't think you have, Ben.
Okay.
If you had, you may like it.
That's a theory.
Well, it's a theory. It's a fact, Shabatoni. Shabatoni's right.
Why
You're
do you
almost
care whether I performed cunnilingus in my life.
Ben, listen. First of all, if you had good shots at
Thinner.
At what?
Now watch this. He's showing us above his knees.
I mean, Ben, you would. If you ever tried, I mean, I would probably. I couldn't do that. Well, especially with my arm, I can't do that. But, okay, at least he's exercising.
Sure.
You don't exercise, Ben.
I'd like to exercise a lot more, but I have been more. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you know,
I used to be an elite athlete. I could put both of you guys. I could have put both of you guys.
Ben, elite, yeah, but Ben, you're talking about 1990 here. Oh, okay, Ben.
Early 90s.
We're talking about right now, Ben. Okay, I'm never making the claim, Ben, that a 6'8" guy that was an athlete that, I'm going to be as good a shape and whatnot as an athlete. I'm not. I'm very simple. I want to fornicate. I want to have a good time. I like to have a good time.
Do you know what the word fornicate means? Do you know what the word fornicate means?
I use it as terms of fucking.
Okay, but a man who has sex with his wife is not fornicating, but he's fucking.
I like to fornicate with all the women. I want to fornicate.
Well, why don't you say fuck then?
I know.
Why don't you say
fuck? I just like fornicating. I like the
fornication is only certain types of sex.
Well, I like the term fornicating. I like how it sounds.
Why? Because you like things that sound dirty.
Father Dusty, shut the hell up.
I don't think it sounds dirty. It just says.
Do you prefer the term adultery or something like that?
I like the term to fornicate. It seems like a powerful word to me. I like to fornicate.
You think the word fuck is not a powerful word?
I guess. I just like the way fornicate sounds, so I use it.
Why? Because it sounds more fancy?
No, just how I like how it sounds. It just rolls.
You
off.
don't think the word "fuck" is pretty good?
Fornicate. To fornicate. Like Mike Tyson once said, I like to fornicate. Did Mike Tyson once say he likes to fornicate? I think he did.
don't know what Mike Tyson said about that.
Well, you know, he did, but I mean, maybe you would probably feel different, Ben.
Do you know when you say "I like to have sex"?
Ben, this is not an English
I believe that you think that that's like some sort of
no
exciting idea. All men like to have sex.
You have no sex, Ben.
It doesn't. And I don't think liberating to say I like to have sex. That's like saying I enjoy breathing. Pleasure feels good.
Ben, what was
sunshine is pleasant. It's Ben, not really very exciting or liberating or whatever you think Ben, it is.
You are the last person.
I like to have sex. All men like to have sex.
EDBTG.
Ben, I don't think
Arabs don't like to have sex. They enjoy it.
I don't think you
all
do.
Men
we
like
marry 4. That's how much we enjoy it.
It's not like saucy to say that. It's not
I'm
like
not trying to be saucy.
Wow, look at me. I like to have sex.
sex.
It's just that saying it constantly is kind of boring and boorish. If you wear a shirt that says, I like to have sex.
Yeah, but Ben.
Say, wow, that's something. They would just say it's stupid to write it on a shirt.
A man that has to go around blaming his ex-wife for all his ills. Okay, Ben, you can't get an erection, and I proved that tonight because if you did, you would take me up on the offer. Now, Ben, you don't get any good sex. Maybe you'd like it, but I don't think you have the ability to get an erection.
I don't get any good sex.
I would like to think Ben is not going to do this because of me. I'm not going to allow him to do it.
Any man that says they would not like to be a porn star is probably lying or they're coping. And
wait a second. I agree that all men like to have sex. Are you saying all men would like to have sex in front of a camera and have millions of people see
if they could do it?
That's not true. Very few men would like I would find that incredibly intrusive of their privacy. Right? Isn't that true?
Cry to Khomeini about it.
But isn't that true? Very few.
Bro, why does War Maxter's background look like a gay club? What the
You're
fuck?
more like a Muslim, Ben. So, you know, maybe you should
is that true or not?
With Manar.
Do you think a lot of
a shahada or something?
Do you think a lot of men?
Bro, be careful. 2 guys are making out behind you.
Yeah,
that's how gay this fucking scene is.
I never really thought of Hormaxer's background as gay. Oh, you mean because it's got like the colored lights?
It's got the colors, pink tub.
Pink flamingo.
Background is fucking boring. Look at your background. Looks like the Arab world, like you're losing right now. Your background looks like you're losing too. Like they're losing too.
You don't like Spider-Man?
Oh, well, put it on the wall, though. You can't see it there.
My bad. I had to do push-ups on the wall. That's why. Anyways.
But, you know, Ben, I mean, I don't make it. I said, listen, if you don't want to have, if you don't enjoy porn or enjoy that, you know, or swing clubs or whatnot, you don't have to.
I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, well, and I do.
You know why I don't enjoy porn? It's the same reason I don't want to do the dick thing with you. I feel like it's gay if I'm watching another man's penis ejaculate. I feel
that's
like
not the wrong thing about it.
Gay.
That's not the problem with it. It's not.
See, Ben, you have a very warped sense is your problem, and
well, I mean, Muslims may say it's filthy.
Tony molested you.
Let me ask you a question, Ben. If it's proven that you can watch his penis ejaculate, if it's scientifically proven that you would not turn gay if you do that, now what's your argument?
Well, then nothing would make anything
around.
Exactly. So that's not the argument. The argument is not because it's gay. The argument is it's immoral. It's immoral to even do so.
That's the argument. Right. No. I'm not worried that it's going to turn me gay. I'm a homophobic.
Yeah, but you keep making a claim it's gay. What if it's scientifically proven it's not?
Oh, yeah, Ben, we know. Okay, so you're afraid that you may get aroused.
Stuff. It's not
that be aroused, Ben, but you're really afraid of you may be a little aroused. That's okay, Ben. We understand. So
no, I don't like it. It's not something that I'm secretly hoping to see.
Beautiful penis. It's symmetrical. It's beautiful. It's circumcised. And, you know,
you're telling me about the beauty of your penis?
Why are we talking about penis? Hey, guys, I'm going to leave because so you guys can talk about penises.
Yeah, penis.
Would you bring in Islamic guy?
Get on camera.
Yeah, he has a camera, I think. Will you bring him in?
You can get on camera.
Get on camera, Islamic Maoism. Okay, I can't handle this anymore. You guys are gonna keep talking about
Penis,
sex for the rest of the show.
penis,
Tomorrow,
cock,
let's meet up.
donger,
Ben Thorp, I'm gonna be here. Please, man. Let's make something great happen. Please. I'm ready for anything,
Great.
Ben.
Beautiful.
cock.
Appreciate you, Ben. Man, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thanks
Say
for
hi to
talking.
Grace for me. See you guys. Hey, Hormaxer, nice to meet you, my brother. Take care.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Pecker. I mean, what other words are people are against? Pecker, cock, ramrod,
Camel rider.
ramrod. Yeah,
All right, peace.
Hormaxer, honestly. So you would admit all men like to have sex.
No,
right?
I don't admit that.
Not all men like to have
Oh
sex.
no. A lot of men have hormonal.
I know that a lot of men have trouble having sex, but like
they
I'm
have
saying,
psychological problems.
yeah, okay, but like all men enjoy the pleasure of orgasming into a beautiful woman that they love.
If they're healthily functioning and they like somewhat sex, probably, yeah. I don't know what your thing is about love and all this. That's in your mind, Ben. That's a societal thing brought to you.
Well, don't you think it would make sex better?
Work for you, Ben.
Well, if
well,
you
sure,
felt
if
like
you-
your ejaculation was going to produce beautiful children,
no. Oh God, no. Oh,
no,
no, man, not for me. Because I mean,
I'm not saying whether you would want to
I
have
don't
children,
believe-
but that you would bring beautiful children into the world. It would be
no,
better.
that's not what I'm thinking. I'm
than
saying
just
this pussy
ejaculate.
I'm saying this pussy feels great. This pussy feels tight. You know that's the problem with it. It's like
So you don't think
fly
there's
trap.
any connection between sex and reproduction?
Well, sure there is. I mean, yeah, but I mean that's just a biological.
So you're saying like that people who make that
I
connection
like the sexual
are
aspect
odd
better.
in some way? You're
Well,
saying it's
no,
like a
well, the people
psychological
that just want to
disorder?
have vanilla.
Wouldn't that be
sex,
similar to saying
they're
like people would like
psychologically
you?
ill? Yeah, they are. They are. Because just
Wouldn't
the
you say
later,
that's kind of normal that you would associate the two things?
well, I mean, it's just not. There's nothing. That's why a lot of women are very dissatisfied in their relationships because their husbands don't lay pipe to them, and they don't know how to fuck. And a lot of women too don't know how to fuck either.
They don't know how to. They haven't studied techniques that are necessary, or they just have.
They just put it in, and they may have a couple pumps, and and with that, anybody moron could put in a kid. But see, sex is an art form, Ben, when it's done right. But it's got to be done right. That's why you got the women that go crazy.
Right, and you think it's mostly a matter of technique? I would agree with you, but I would say that for most women, they don't see it as like a technical issue if they're having problems, but that there's an emotional, relational issue, right?
I don't need emotional. I mean, I can go out with a woman and like a woman.
You can, but I'm saying women generally prefer to have. And in fact, do you know the percentage of women who are able to achieve orgasm in a one night stand? It's close to 0%.
Well, why haven't I?
You know that?
Well, I've had.
You know that?
No, I
know that? Very close to 0%.
It's not what I'm witnessing. Ben,
women don't.
You should try it, Ben.
Kind of slam bam, thank you, ma'am.
Well,
and
Ben,
I would think that you would want to take women, if you want to have sex with women, that you would want to take into account what they like.
Well, I do, Ben, and I'm very much into what a woman likes, and I think it's more of an alpha male that cares what woman likes and likes to fucking lay pipe good.
But do you know what they like?
You don't need
like.
Well, you have a conversation like we're in a swing club. You can find the woman that likes.
No, they don't want to have a conversation in a swing club. They want to feel loved. They want to feel like it's committed. They want to open to having children.
Oh fuck no! The women
all that stuff. Sorry, buddy. That's how it goes.
No, sorry to
that's
you,
how you get a pussy wet. You might not like it.
No, Ben, that's not how you get pussy.
Hanging around like a looking like a leech type of guy in a swing club does not get normal pussy wet. It's only really alienated losers who do that because they can't find
how's your marriage
what they really want anywhere else.
Ben? How did that see, Ben, you're a rube and you buy into all that and you lost, and I'm sorry that you
how did it work? I wasn't able to experience any of those.
The only woman to go with you would have to be a lunatic like Courtney
had psychological problems.
Of course,
I don't regret having tried it.
Yeah,
and you say, well, you would think I would be like you, saying like, I just want to nut in you and go up to women like that. Like, I I have more respect for women than that.
Well, that's
although
good.
I enjoy sex,
You can have all the respect, and you can be, you can serve my lady, and whatever you want to do, Ben. You go ahead and do you, baby. And I'm going to
but
do.
you seem to think that all men would like to do pornography or something like that. Very few.
They would love to be paid to have sex.
And
with
almost no women want to do that. They only do it for money.
Again, Ben, again, how much is projection and how much is truth, Ben? You make all these projections.
Well,
about
let's say we were to take the Venn. What are those things called? Venn diagram of women who do pornography and women who have.
Never been to a strip club, as far as I know.
No, I haven't. Not because I find it like the prospect depressing. I don't want to see a woman.
I think you're gay. I think you're just gay.
Because she's got gay sex with kid. It's so tawdry and sad. There aren't any women doing that who are happy. There are 0 women doing that are happy.
A man that had a failed marriage and now is living in a van down by the river.
But do you know that? But do you think that women involved in porn are happy? They're mostly
some are
people. No,
well, you don't think there's women in the corporate world that hate working?
Of course, there are.
Okay, so what's the problem?
But it's close to 100% of women who are doing porn.
Well, the woman I did
people.
porn with Ben, she did not have that viewpoint whatsoever.
Well, did you see? Of course she didn't. Of course they say I'm happy doing this.
She does. She loves dick. The woman loves dick. She loves cock.
Okay,
you think Ben, because
we met a woman.
You don't think women are sexual. That's your problem. You don't think
that's not true. I think that their sexuality.
You think women all want this relationship? Do you know how many fucking women are cheating on their husbands right now? Do you know how many fucking women are cheating, Ben, on their husbands right now?
For emotional reasons, though.
No, sexual mostly.
No. See, this is why I think you should lean into the.
Let's do Shabbat, Tony. I love you. Go ahead.
Because you want to have a sexual partner who has a male.
I've had both.
Sexuality. So I think you're better. And I understand that. I've had some gay encounters online, and I find it very refreshing. Gay men are largely they think the way I would think about sex, but I'm not gay. But I think that women don't think like men about sex. Well, so for example, women don't really care how big your dick is. They don't really care.
They may not say that
but
to
you
your
know who do
you're
care?
rocking 3 inches down there.
Do you know who does care about dick size? Gay men.
Yes, a lot of them do. That's true.
And that's what I'm saying.
The guys that want porn. Mostly guys that want, the guys that want bigger.
Into the
mostly guys that want bigger dicks.
There who's kind of dressed like a woman. Maybe you
just
want.
Maybe
you're just gay.
Maybe you're just a simp. But Ben, I know what I like. I mean, I love women.
But you're continuously disappointed because women don't really have the sexuality of men. So maybe
you'd be shocked. Let me say, the woman that was there was a woman that had 6 cocks in her last night. Are you kidding me that this woman wants emotional support? This woman was like an 8 and she's getting banged by 7 dudes.
Do you think Charlie, who seems to have your mentality, right? She wants to show her tits. Do you think that she is
money with her?
Do you think that she's a happy person?
Well, what's happiness, Ben? Are you a happy person?
I am, yes.
Okay, so you're happy. That
looks like a very sad, confused sort of burnout. She was like the epitome of a burnout. And you know it, and I know it.
Well, is she but I want women that like to fuck.
She looked like the type of person you'd find. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Charlie floating upside down in a river, and neither would you.
To be a man like you.
Okay. She was the last of a dying breed, and now it's the end of the dying breed.
And what happened?
That's the type
intimidated by women.
Floating dead on a river, and no one would even really care that much to pull her out. And that's sad.
I don't think nobody really cares too much in general. So,
but that's your type of gal.
Well,
I'm not
but I
saying-
like a lot of women, Ben. I've been with all types of different. I've been with See, you think like swing club that everybody's in the swing club is. But let me explain something to you, Ben.
I've seen
Into-
video footage of swing
Ben,
clubs. It's
Somebody
brutal
that
what the people
listen to
swing
somebody
at.
that goes. Listen to somebody that goes. Last night, Ben, there were a lot of good or fairly good-looking women there. They
Yeah, right,
all
exactly. You're trying to go.
Fairly.
I mean, you're trying to juice
they're
it
better
up.
looking
and
than
you're like,
Grace,
"Oh, it wasn't
honestly.
that bad."
I'm telling you honestly, they were hotter looking
It's
than Grace.
horrendous.
I'm not
It's
joking, Ben.
horrendous.
I have no reason to know, Ben. You just refuse to, because you can't imagine this world. So you have a problem with it. But all these women, a lot
I
of them.
think you want to go to a gay club because there you will find good looking guys who want to do this.
That's you and
But
Shabatoni.
no normal women want to do what you want to do with them. That's why you're eternally dissatisfied here on the internet.
No, Ben, you are dissatisfied. It's not, Ben, because you go to a swing club, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get laid every time.
I don't have a
And
choice.
nor
No,
do I
but
say,
you can guarantee that any sexual experience you may have will be.
I've had great sexual experiences. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? That's you, Ben. Ben, you are so wrong. I don't. That's
You're
so
a gay man who just won't realize it. It's fine.
I'm lying, Ben. I know. So I'm lying about the great sex I've had in swing clubs.
I'm running out of batteries, just so you know. Well, let's just take, for example, you say, I haven't really found it to be that different to have sex with a woman who has a penis. And in fact, in some ways, I like it. Right?
Okay.
I mean, don't you think that's revealing? Like, it actually adds something to it that this woman has.
Take a woman and a trans woman and fuck them both.
Right, and you like having a hard dick and balls part of the sex, right?
Yes.
Okay, but don't you think that's a little bit of an indication that you might not be a heterosexual?
That's fine.
Well, so then why not just keep going with it? If you, let me tell you,
small brain, you big body and small brain, Ben, little brain.
Let me tell you,
you don't understand.
You
don't understand my sexual. No,
the idea of a hard dick and balls being involved in any way that are not mine in sex, it's not like a big deal. But I would want to kill that person. Like somehow there's like a dick that it would just make me feel absolutely crazy. It would really bring out maximum homophobic impulses in me.
Yeah, you would probably.
But for you, it's like
gay, Ben, and no is gay, and he killed other gay men. You would probably be one of those guys because you're very gay, Ben, and you just to repress your homosexuality desires. You would be like a couple of these homosexual serial killers.
Maybe a gay man who's somewhat repressed, and that you would really enjoy the gay lifestyle.
No, Ben, you keep telling me, Ben, I'm not attracted to masculinity. Okay, I'm not attracted.
Right, so there are gay bottoms. They're not masculine.
No, it has nothing to do with that. And I said,
half
listen,
of all gays are
Ben,
bottoms.
Have you ever heard the term? So you probably think bisexuality doesn't even exist.
I mean, in the sense that people do this, yes. But I think any man that has sex with another man in any way, shape, or form is basically gay. It's not like like you just dip a toe in sucking a dick. It's like, right?
Okay.
It's like crazy.
Okay, but you are aware, Ben, there are plenty of women that enjoy women and men.
Have you ever sucked a dick?
Have you? Well, what with a trans? Oh yeah.
So you've sucked a dick.
Yes.
Have you ever taken a dick in your ass?
No.
Have you ever put your dick in a man's ass?
Yes.
Well, you're gay. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, great. I mean,
what did you think about sucking? What was your experience?
What did you think about, Ben? What did you think about your marriage, like your life-denying marriage? I mean, look at you, Ben.
I'm just curious.
Years, you're talking about.
How did you feel about sucking a dick?
What about it?
Did you enjoy it?
It was all right.
Did he ejaculate in your mouth?
No. But you're very interested in Ben.
I'm just curious.
You're really interested. So your life gets you, Ben. Let me.
Did doing that feel like you were crossing a line that was like a little bit crazy?
No.
So you feel like it wasn't very exciting, but it wasn't also like repugnant?
No, it definitely wasn't repugnant.
So it was just kind of like.
I have, Ben. Here's the point, because maybe you should go try it yourself, Ben, and see if you like it or not. That's what I would say to anybody. But I'd say, listen, the problem is, Ben.
You think every guy should try sucking a dick?
Well, I think there's a lot of guys that
I think any guy that says, like, I'm going to try sucking a dick to see if he likes it, is gay.
Ben, if you're a bastion of straight masculinity, then I'd rather be queer. I'd rather be gay. If it means being
I don't have a problem. I think you are gay.
I'm gay then. It's
not even like I think you're gay. You obviously are gay.
Then, here you are, a man that has no sexual experience, except getting into Courtney's dysgenic plot. And for 20 years, you've never been with any women. You have no sexual experience. You call everybody else gay on the internet or deem what you feel.
I don't call other people gay.
Let me get you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I'm just saying.
You have an infantile mindset of human sexuality. You have
relax about it. You're all about like, and you're all about like, let's be open to things. Like, I think you should be open to the fact that you are obviously gay.
I know where I'm attracted to, Ben. You can sit in your van and rot.
If
that's
you suck dick and are not like
you are one that keeps going on there. Well, Ben, why is then? So there's a lot of gay men.
There aren't a lot of gay men around. There are.
There's a lot more than what you think, then, Ben. Because according to
and I don't think there's anything wrong with the fact that they're gay. I don't. I'm homophobic, and there's all sorts of moral issues and concerns, but you don't suck a dick and go.
I think you're a repressed homo. Ben. I think you're a closeted
and claim to be a heterosexual. But that's okay. It's okay not to be in that club.
You could say I've been called gay, this, that, and the other thing. It don't matter to me, Ben. I get mine. I do what I do.
Right, but why would you care if you're sexually liberated? Why would you also care?
I just like it.
If someone suggests that you're gay, why wouldn't you just say, yeah?
I don't care, but I just think it's a limited take on human sexuality.
Okay.
It's a very limited take. In fact, it's an infantile take because you don't even experience anything or see anything of what human sexuality is. You'll see it.
I have not sucked on another man's dick. That's true. I don't know that.
Going back to trans,
you might say like, well, you need to experience that before you talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gay, Ben. I know you're you're an alpha male, Ben. You're an alpha.
You're not a sexually liberated person. You're a repressed. You're a repressed, self-loathing gay man. You're not liberated at all.
How is that, Ben?
Free yourself.
Ben, you're so confused.
You're life denying.
And I can assure you that's not true. But I'm not.
Why are you so upset about me suggesting that you're gay? Because there's so many obvious indications of it. What about that is like
taking advice?
What about that doesn't make you an alpha male? I mean, according to you,
you're a beta male, Ben. You're a legit beta male.
Fine, but I'm not saying it makes me better than other people that I'm not gay. I'm just not.
I didn't say it makes you better because I like trans women. So
well, you're saying you think I think I'm better than you because I'm not gay.
I think you think you're better than a lot of people. I think you talk about people's monetary situations when you shouldn't be talking about.
You're a gay top.
You're living in a van with your daughter who never even had sex, by the way. Your daughter has never even had sex. She's like emotionally stunted. She can't get over
it. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just suggesting.
What am I over?
You're obviously gay.
I'm gay, Ben. I'm gay. Great.
What's the point of denying?
I'm gay. I'm a big time homo. I'm a big time flamer. What else, Ben?
I think you're a gay top.
Okay, a gay top. Okay, Ben.
And many gay tops are quite masculine, right?
I don't know, Ben. I mean, you seem to be obsessed with the homosexual stuff. But Ben, why are you so obsessed?
I think you're saying that I'm saying you're a gay bottom, which would be like a flamer. I don't think you know much about homosexuality.
I don't think you know, Ben. You don't know much about sex, Ben. You don't know much about life, buddy.
Do you know much about homosexuality?
You were in a marriage. You were in a cloistered marriage.
I don't know much about homosexuality, but
you don't know anything about sex, Ben. You know
there
nothing
are
about You have never
There are
pleased
many
like,
very
you never gave-
masculine
You never
homosexual
gave,
men.
You never gave Courtney one good orgasm.
There are many
You
masculine
know,
homosexual men, very
you
masculine.
don't like to eat pussy because I think you're
They're
gay.
called tops.
I think you're gay.
You think being gay means like running around like an F
What do you got? Let's go. I hope
like
it's better than
prancing
you right here on
around
the
like
wall. Let's
Hey,
go.
Maxer, how's it
there are
going?
many
bud?
masculine.
You know, this
Hey,
guy's obsessed with
I got
my-
They're called tops.
I want to.
Okay,
I want
Ben,
to talk about a deal with you because
okay, there's no
I've-
deal here.
I'm gonna run out of. I'm gonna run out
I've
of.
always
I had a
invested.
great
I
conversation.
want to
with
invest
you.
in you. I really do. Who is that douche? How you
I-
doing there, Max?
Obsessed with gay. He's obsessed with me having trans sex for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, screw that guy. Fuck
What
him,
do you
bro.
got? All right. What do you
Hey,
got?
you look good, by the way.
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Okay.
I missed you, I have to say. It's been a while. How long has it been?
I don't know. A couple months. I get weird.
How's life going, man?
How is life going? Well, I mean, I got.
Are
my-
you affirmed?
Well, I'm trying. I mean, did last night. I didn't get